Johnny Dollar.
John, this is Harry Branson at Philadelphia Mutual Liability and Casualty Insurance Company.
Well, it's about time, Harry. How come I haven't heard from you lately?
Fortunately, we've had no problems recently. That is, nothing requiring investigation.
Until now, huh?
Well, yes.
So what's the trouble? Arson, mayhem, murder?
John, it may be all of them. Unless you're able to put a stop to what's going on.
Sounds interesting. Who's involved in all this? And don't tell me you've been selling insurance to some gangster.
Well, as a matter of fact, he is.
What?
An ex-gangster. At least he was known to have been mixed up with gangsters for several years.
Who?
Bertie Larson.
Larson, huh? Well, at least the name sounds appropriate. So tell me what he's... Wait a minute.
Yes, John?
Isn't Bertie Larson the punk they've had before that special investigating committee?
Yes.
The committee on narcotics and gambling, the one that has the hearings on television now and then?
That's the one.
Well, then, Harry, if you want my advice, you'll cancel his policy, pay him off with interest, and forget him.
I'm afraid that's impossible. What's more, since those hearings began, we've increased the face value of some of his policies.
You have what?
Yes. But now, in view of the threats he's been receiving, threats on his life, his home, his family, well, John...
Baby, you're in trouble.
John, do you think you can help us?
And get my head blown off by some gunsel? Harry, this kind of stuff I shouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole.
But don't you see...
In spite of the big fee your company will have to pay me, in addition to my expense
John,
account.
just a minute.
At least it'll guarantee me a decent funeral.
A funeral?
But if that's the way you want it, as long as you're willing to pay through the nose for my services.
But, John, I didn't say... John, that is... listen to me, John.
Okay, keep your shirt on, Harry. I'll run on down there and see you.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Winston tastes good like a cigarette should. Winston tastes good like a cigarette should. Winston gives you real flavorful, rich tobacco flavor. Winston's easy drawing too. The flavor comes right through to you. Winston tastes good like a cigarette should.
A modern filter? Sure, Winston has it. But that's only the beginning of a Winston. Up front, up where it really counts, Winston packs exclusive filter blend. Light, flavorful tobaccos, specially selected and specially processed for filter smoking. Filter blend. That's why it's fun to smoke Winston, America's best-selling filter cigarette.
Winston tastes good like a cigarette should.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Philadelphia Mutual Liability and Casualty Insurance Company. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Larson arson matter. Expense account item 11120 for a train to Philadelphia and a taxi to Philly Mutual's office over on Walnut Street. It was late in the afternoon, but Harry Branson, the perennial worrywart, was still there waiting for me, and he wasted no time in getting down to business.
Now, Bertie Larson, or more properly, Herbert James Larson, lives out in Penfield, John.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of part of West Philadelphia, isn't it, Harry?
Just beyond. He and his wife live in a very nice one-story brick home that we've insured for some $30,000.
And he must have done fairly well in the rackets and had sense enough to put some aside.
Also, John, we've insured his personal property, furniture, clothes, all the things in the house and so on, for some $20,000.
No kidding. And didn't you say you've increased some of his insurance lately?
To the figures I just mentioned. In the beginning, he was underinsured, but the policies provided for the increase at his option, provided,
Yeah,
of
well,
course,
that's all right. You don't need to go into
provided,
detail.
of course, that in no event should stipulated coverage exceed actual appraised valuation.
Yeah, well, now, Harry,
in
if you...
accordance with paragraphs A, B, and G of Article 21 of our standard comprehensive policy.
Harry...
Oh, yes, John. Also, his life is insured with us for $20,000.
Making a total of $70,000.
$70,000, yes.
So if everything goes, including Bertie himself, somebody's liable to collect plenty.
Exactly.
Okay, who's the beneficiary?
His wife, Nora.
I see. And now you say that somebody's been threatening him.
Oh, yes. Ever since he agreed to appear before this investigating committee.
Uh-huh. What kind of threats?
Over the telephone, he tells me, warning him that if he continues to testify, well, they haven't directly threatened his life, as I understand it, but they might as well have. And then last week...
Wait a sec, Harry. Haven't the police been in on this?
Oh, yes. Yes, they have. And for a while, they kept some men stationed about his place.
So, naturally, nothing happened.
But last week, John, when he returned from one of the hearings, he phoned me and said that he'd found a can of gasoline standing on his front doorstep.
Ah, just a hint, huh, of what might happen if he doesn't clam up. Yeah, that's an old-style gang warning.
Yes, a very obvious threat to burn up his home.
But he's continued to appear at the hearings?
Yes. And if he's killed off by these people, if his home is burned out from under him...
By what people, Harry? Has he any idea who might be behind this monkey business?
Well, of course. It must be someone who was involved with him in narcotics and illegal gambling at one time or another.
But he doesn't know exactly who.
Not specifically. He says he never recognized the voice on the phone, and, of course, it was probably well disguised.
Do you suppose he's still involved in the rackets?
Oh, apparently not, or we'd never have sold him insurance. But then who can be sure? The point is, John, that if anything does happen to him or to that home of his, the company will have to pay out sizable sums of money.
Yeah.
Naturally, we don't want to do that.
No.
And if he can be protected properly, well, John, that's why I telephoned to you.
Yeah, but Harry, the kind of protection you seem to want for him is something for the police to provide.
John, I am convinced that the protection they are giving Bertie Larson is wholly inadequate.
You told them so?
I most certainly have. But they simply refuse to listen to me. Well, that is why I called you.
Oh, I'm sorry, Harry, but it seems to me that... Well, okay. Give me his address. Tell me who the police contact is, and I'll see what I can do for you. I dropped my bags at the Bellevue Stratford. Then, having missed my lunch, I spent item 2, 5 1/4 for a drink and some early dinner. Item 3, $50 deposit on a rental car, and I headed out through West Philadelphia to the address in Penfield. As Harry had said, it was a nice place, not large, but neat and modern, sitting at the end of a new street. Apparently, there was no one home. I looked around to see if there was a patrolman watching over the place. No one. Nothing. And the street itself was deserted. I was just about to swing around and head for police headquarters when I noticed a thin streak of light from one of the rear windows in spite of the drawn shades. Yeah, I suppose I'll learn one of these days not to be so curious. But I walked quietly up the driveway beside the house. And then I heard something. Just a little sound, as though someone had quietly opened or closed a door at the side of the garage in the rear. And I suddenly caught the smell of gas, of raw gasoline. It was coming from the garage. I carefully edged my way on back there, hoping I wouldn't trip over something in the darkness that would give me away. The smell of gasoline was stronger now, much stronger. My next step was into a puddle in front of the garage door. I remember bending over to sniff at it, and it was gasoline, all right. And I remember a flashlight stabbing through the darkness behind me. But as I rose and turned...
Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment. Question: where will you find the leading stars of the entertainment world? Answer, right here on CBS Radio. Gary Moore, Arthur Godfrey, Andy Griffith, Bob and Ray, Art Linkletter, Amos and Andy, and more. The gang's all here. You'll also find the New York Philharmonic and the Metropolitan Opera back on the air. Remember, the star's address, CBS Radio. And now, Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Larson Arson Matter.
I came to in a hospital room, and I had company. One of them was in a blue uniform with brass buttons with the stripes of a sergeant on his sleeves.
So you decided to come back to the land of the living, huh?
The other was a man of about 40, big, beefy. And in spite of his rather flashy clothes, he looked as though he hadn't shaved his fat, truculent face for a couple of days.
Oh, well, I'm sure glad he's okay, Sergeant. Only, how was I to know he wasn't somebody come to carry out them threats against me?
You know, you're lucky you didn't aim those shots at him, Bertie.
Me actually trying to kill somebody, Sergeant? Like I told you, I know the noise would bring on the nearest flatfoot.
Bertie, huh?
Yeah. Gee, Mr. Dollar.
Now, you just take it easy, Dollar. Bertie nearly broke your head when he found you prowling around his home a while ago.
Oh, brother, you're telling me.
But I didn't know, Dollar. I didn't know who you was till me and a cop went through your pockets and seen your identification.
Okay, now look.
And I come home and seen you sneaking around and had gasoline all over my garage like somebody was going to put a torch to it.
Okay, Bertie.
So you can't blame me for slugging.
Yeah, now,
But
Bertie. Come on.
I'm sure sorry I did it, Dollar. Dollar, the hospital bill's on me, so live it up, huh?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay, now, Bertie. Dollar's going to be all right, so you go along, huh? I'll check with you later.
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay. Oh, I'm going up in the country to make sure my wife's all right.
Up in the country?
Yeah, up in the Catskills with a couple of relatives, Mac and Josie. Oh, you don't think I'd leave her stay around here with those people on the phone saying they're going to burn me out if I don't stop yapping to that committee?
And you don't know who it is making the threats, huh?
I sure wished I did.
Okay, run along now, Bertie.
No, wait, please.
Well, what is it, Dollar?
Well, I'd like to talk to Bertie some more.
Well, sure.
No, not until the medics say you're all right and let you out of here. And besides, I want to talk to you myself. Now, go along, Bertie.
Yeah, sure.
All right, now look, Sergeant.
Just stay flat on the bed, Dollar. You know, you're lucky Bertie didn't kill you. And I can't say I would have blamed him. Why didn't you come to me before trying to contact him? I could have given you all the information you need about this case.
Now look, Sergeant.
Not only have saved you a lot of trouble, but kept you from getting banged on the head.
Okay.
All you private dicks are alike.
Now listen, will you?
As for that nosy guy over at your insurance company who's been bothering me 3 and 4 times a day, well, now I've got 2 of you to keep from upsetting the apple cart.
What's that supposed to mean?
Bertie Larson isn't the man this investigating committee's after.
What?
Of course not. He's strictly small time. And he hasn't even been that since he served a stretch on a burglary arson rap.
What about the narcotics and gambling that's under investigation?
He was never any more than a messenger boy for the big shots.
Well, now, what's the importance of these hearings?
Now, don't you see, if the committee can hold him up as a guy who talks and doesn't get hurt by him, well, it'll help them flush out some of the others. And who knows, maybe some of his information might have a little value, and he'd be glad to give it.
Yeah? Why?
Bertie's been trying to run a used car business.
Legitimate, or is it cover-up or something else?
Legitimate.
You're sure of that?
Dollar, that stupid punk has been so scared since he got out of the clink. Yep. And listen.
I'm listening.
The publicity that he's been getting from the hearings, you know, because of cooperating with the committee, why, it's practically made a public hero out of him. Who knows? Maybe it'll help his business enough to get him out of the red for once. That's why he's singing like a canary, probably making half of it up just to keep his name in the paper.
Well, what about the threats he's been getting?
You know something? We've only got his word about those threats. For all we know, he's making them up himself.
Maybe.
Oh, all right. So what if some of his old pals are calling him up, telling him to lay off, huh? If they try anything foolish, we'll nab them. Matter of fact, there are a few of those guys around here we'd just love to have something on. So maybe all this will flush them out for us.
Or get Bertie killed?
Ask me. I don't think anybody'd even bother to rub him out.
I hope you're right, Sergeant.
Sure. So, Ollie, that's that.
No,
when you're
wait.
up and around, come on over to the station and see me. But meantime, leave this to me, will you?
Oh, wait a minute, will you? What about that gasoline he mentioned that was spilled all over his garage?
Oh, one of those shots he fired.
And now
One of
look.
them drilled a hole in a can of gas he had lying around.
Yeah?
Sure, saw it there myself.
Look, Sergeant.
See you later, Dolly.
Wait a minute, will you? Sergeant!
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Here's Hollywood star Mona Freeman.
Who feels like acting with a miserable cold? I relieve cold distress the fast way with 4-way cold tablets.
Yes, tests of all the leading cold tablets proved 4-way fastest acting. Amazing 4-way starts in minutes to relieve muscular pains and headache, reduce fever, calm upset stomach, also overcomes irregularity.
When a cold strikes, do what I do. Take 4-way cold tablets. It's the fast way to relieve nasty cold distress and feel better quickly.
4-way, only 29 cents.
Now, here's a word about another fine product of Grove Laboratories. Had dandruff for years? Now get rid of it in 3 minutes with Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo. 3 minutes with Fitch regularly is guaranteed to keep unsightly dandruff away forever. Apply Fitch before wetting hair, rub in 1 minute. Add water, lather 1 minute. Then rinse 1 minute. Every trace of dandruff goes down the drain. 3 minutes with Fitch, embarrassing dandruff's gone. Fitch can also leave hair up to 35% brighter. Get Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo today. And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
There was something all wrong about the whole setup. I'd smelled the gasoline around that garage before Bertie Larson had slugged me. And what about the can of gasoline he said was left on his doorstep as a warning? Like somebody'd burn him out if he kept on testifying before the Special Investigating Committee. Were the police overlooking that? And then, suddenly, I began to smell a rat, a big one. Don't ask me why. I climbed rather painfully out of the hospital bed, put on my clothes, and pulled the corny trick of going out by way of the fire escape. Luck was with me. The police had left my rental car in the hospital parking lot. I spent item 4 $1.50 and a bar and a grill for a slug of brandy and some hot black coffee. But I was still feeling pretty rocky, so I took my time driving out to Bertie Larson's place again. As I stepped out of the car, I noticed a light coming from an open window at the rear and a big sedan back in front of the garage, the trunk of it wide open. Bertie's, or the car of someone who'd come to put the torch to his home. I didn't have to wait long for an answer. Bertie.
Huh?
Going up in the country, huh, to see your wife?
Oh, Dollar.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, say, listen, Dollar, it's lucky you come by here.
Is it? Lucky for you or for me?
Oh, no, listen, I come by to pick up some things, you know, to haul up to my wife. You know what happens?
Yeah?
When I pulls up in the driveway, there's some guy running away out back. So I yells him to stop, but he keeps on going, and it's so dark I can't see where to throw a shot. And listen.
I'm listening.
Then I smell gasoline. It's coming from inside the house. So I unlock the door and go in, and you know what I find in there?
Go on, Bertie.
Come on inside, Dollar. I'll show you. Oh, it's lucky I come by here. That's all I gotta say.
Hey, wait a minute. Were you figuring on moving out of here?
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, now, don't tell me this is all the furniture you keep in this place.
Oh, of course not. I sent a lot up to Josie and Mac from while my wife is staying with them.
What if the place burned down? You wouldn't hesitate to collect insurance on all the furnishings, would you?
You're trying to be funny, Dollar. Now, look. Look here in my den. You see? You see where somebody dumped gas all over the rug? Laid them celluloid strips and out over the windowsill so he could put a match to it from the outside?
Yeah, I see, Bertie.
Well, it's a guy I seen running away from here who was going to burn me out. You see how he broke in by forcing the screen on that window?
I see where this screen was bashed out from the inside.
What'd you say?
And I fail to see any footprints in the flower bed below it. No wonder you served a term for arson, among other things.
Huh? Oh, listen.
I mean the sloppy setup you made here.
What are you talking about?
You've been losing your shirt in the used car business. So it looked like you might have to take a chance in the rackets again.
Are you out of your mind?
But then this investigating committee came along. Talking freely before them gave you an excuse to claim you were getting threats.
Oh, now, listen.
You filled up the insurance on this place to the limit. Then gave out the tale about gasoline left on your doorstep as a warning.
Oh, listen.
All of it. So that when your house went up in flames, everybody would think it was set by the mythical person who was supposed to be making the threats.
You're crazy.
Meantime, of course, you've carefully emptied the place of anything valuable. In storage with these pals of yours, Josie and Mac, up in the Catskills, if any such people really exist.
Now, listen.
This home and the garage would probably be nothing but ashes right now if I hadn't come along earlier.
Could have killed you then, Dollar, so
Kill
maybe
me.
I better...
I think you were just a lousy shot.
Yeah?
But when all that noise brought the police and you found out who I am, why, sure, you could use me to help build up your case for whenever you decided to fire this place. You thought. But it didn't work, Bertie, because... Oh, no, you don't. Come on, put your hand up. Come on, over your head. Reach, Bertie.
Now, listen.
Can't even pull a gun quickly, can you?
You don't need to, Dollar.
Oh, what?
Don't move. I'm right in back of you. Drop the gun.
Kill him. Yeah, Nora. Kill him. We'll fire the joint and get up in a country where Josie and Mac will swear we've been with him all the time.
Yeah, Bertie.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. And listen, we'll strip this guy after you knock him off. They'll find his bones after the fire, and they'll think it's me. That's another 20 grand of insurance to collect.
No, Bertie.
What?
I'm leaving both of you here.
You gone crazy?
After this nice setup, I'd be crazy if I didn't take all I could get out of it. You ready, Bertie?
Oh, Laura, listen!
All right, darling, now it's you.
Drop it, Nora.
Where'd you come from, you dirty...
Thanks, Sergeant.
Well, that's okay, Dollar. But you can be mighty glad that hospital called me up when they found you'd sneaked out on them.
You know something, Sergeant?
Yeah?
I'm mighty glad. Expense account total, including my hospital bill, my room at the Bellevue, and a couple of meals, plus, of course, the trip back to Hartford, $79.75. Remarks? Why bother? From here on in, it's up to the company and the police to straighten things out. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star will return in just a moment.
Constipation can be a problem for anyone, even doctors. And when constipation occurs, it's interesting to see just what doctors consider important about a laxative they might use or recommend. Well, a majority of the doctors we heard from had this to say. A laxative should be effective, gentle, as close to natural acting as possible, and a medicine that can be used with complete confidence. Now, X-Lax has been popular with many doctors and millions of people over the years because chocolated X-Lax is effective. Overnight, it helps you toward your normal regularity. X-Lax is gentle. Next morning, it gives you the closest thing to natural action. And that's why many doctors and millions of people use X-Lax with complete confidence. X-Lax, the laxative that helps you toward your normal regularity gently, overnight.
Is X-Lax in your medicine cabinet?
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, Sarasota, Florida. A body floating in a bayou, and one too many suspects. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Harry Bartell, Don Diamond, and Bert Holland. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Cubberly speaking.
Take the Last Trip, a bizarre way to end a romantic triangle, on Suspense, next on the CBS Radio Network.
Hello, my name's Henry J. Mitchell. Mrs. Mitchell and I are standing here on the second deck of this ocean liner, waiting to start our trip around the world. You know, now that the day is finally here, we can hardly wait to get going. Naturally, we started saving toward this day some time ago by investing regularly in United States savings bonds. We felt that by saving with Series E bonds, we were making the wisest, safest investment possible. What's more, our dollars were also helping our country. You see, the money that goes into U.S. savings bonds helps to keep America strong. We all know that peace costs money. Money to help keep the peace through industrial and military strength, and money to make it lasting through science and education. We're mighty proud to do our share in securing the future of our country. Are you doing your part? Start today. Invest regularly in United States savings bonds.
WROW, Radio 59.
Johnny Dollar.
This is Harry Branson at Philadelphia Mutual Liability and Casualty Company.
Harry, it's been a long time. What's on your mind?
John, I have a case for you involving several of our very important clients.
Good. Then it ought to pay me a nice big fee.
I'm not sure about that, John. Of course, we'll pay your regular expenses and your regular commission.
But no extra fee?
I don't know.
You, huh?
That is to say, it all depends on what you're able to, shall we say, unearth.
Something or someone, Harry.
What?
You said unearth, didn't you?
What facts you're able to ascertain is what I meant.
Oh. So what about these very important clients of yours?
John, they have disappeared.
Oh, well, then maybe unearth is the proper term.
What?
What have the police got to say about them? You did call in the police, didn't you?
Oh, yes, but they gave up years ago. At least
years
in the case...
ago?
That's right. At least in the case...
Now, wait a minute, Harry. You say they disappeared years ago.
Well, some of them...
But now, all of a sudden, you expect me to be able to... What did you say the extra fee will be on this case?
I told you
it all depends.
Exactly.
Yeah, on whether I'm able to literally dig them up for you. You know where they're buried?
John, this morbid so-called sense of humor, of course.
Okay, Harry, okay. I'll be down to see you. And you might have a good, strong shovel ready and waiting for me.
John!
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Philadelphia Mutual Liability and Casualty Company. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the cask of death matter. Expense account item 1, 1340, train fare and incidentals, Hartford to Philadelphia. I went by train since Harry Branson didn't seem to be in a hurry, and I enjoyed a look at the countryside this time of year. It was a little after noon by the time I reached the office on Walnut Street and sat down to talk with Harry.
But I thought I impressed the...
Old sober-sides Branson hadn't changed a bit since the last time I'd seen him. And he still looked as though he was carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders.
However, now that you have finally arrived, suppose I get right to the point and tell you what this is all about.
Well, you said on the phone that some of your policyholders have disappeared.
Yes, and you must understand this, John.
Yeah?
In accordance with Pennsylvania law, in a case of a mysterious disappearance, and I'm sure you're familiar with the mysterious disappearance clause, it's part of all our life insurance contracts.
Well, if you mean, did I ever read the fine print on one of your policies, the answer's no.
You should sometime. The fact remains that when the insured disappears and fails to return or otherwise be accounted for by the end of 7 years, when the company has received no proof the insured is still alive, the company then presumes the insured to be deceased. Do I make myself clear?
Keep talking, Harry.
It simply means that at the end of 7 years, the full amount of the insurance is then paid to the beneficiary or beneficiaries, whichever the case may be.
So,
7 years ago, a Mr. Wilbur Davis of Goshenville here in Pennsylvania mysteriously disappeared. Now his beneficiary is demanding payment of the insurance.
Naturally. So why don't you pay it?
We shall. But in checking through the files, I've suddenly discovered that his was only the first in a long series of mysterious disappearances. There have been a total of 8, all within a relatively small area, and of recently increasing frequency.
When was the last one?
The 4th of last month, Mr. Charles Moody.
Charles Moody. Where?
In the little town of Kirkwood, New Jersey.
And the police have found no clue as to what might have happened to him?
None whatsoever.
One in Goshenville, Pennsylvania, one in Kirkwood, New Jersey. Where were the others?
2 in other small Jersey towns, 2 here in Pennsylvania, and 2 down in Delaware.
Any relationship among the beneficiaries?
None. That is, none that we know of. Why do you ask that?
I just wondered if some one person was killing them off to collect the insurance.
No, the beneficiaries are all widely separated individuals, so you can dismiss any possibility of murder.
Harry, in a case of this kind, that's the one possibility I never dismiss. Harry's secretary put together a comprehensive list of the people we were concerned with. Their names, addresses, beneficiaries, and so on. In my room at the Bellevue Stratford that evening, I went over it carefully. All of these people had disappeared from their homes in small communities. All of them had been in their 60s, had been widowers or bachelors. As for the beneficiaries, they were scattered about all over the country. Early the next morning, I paid my hotel bill. That's item 2, $18 even for the room and a couple of meals. Then spent item 3, $50 deposit on a rental car. I drove first to the little town of Kirkwood, New Jersey, from which a Mr. Charles Moody had disappeared just about a month ago. I stopped to make inquiries at the general store.
Thank you, Miss Peterson. I'll see you next week again.
Now, as you were saying, Mr. Hurley?
Yes, Mr. Dollar, I certainly hope Mr. Moody shows up again. You're a fine man. Fine man. Used to come down here at the store for a quiet game of checkers now and then.
And the police have no idea where he might have gone or why?
Yeah, well, I guess I'm about the only police we have here in Kirkwood.
Oh?
Of course, I notified the state police, and I presume they're still looking for him.
Just, what happened, Mr. Hurley?
Just took the bus into Philadelphia one day, and, well, that's the last we heard of him.
Do you know anything about the beneficiary of his insurance? Let's see. According to my list...
It's a nephew, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah, Charles Moody.
Lives out in California. Yeah, Mr. Moody always felt that he was the most deserving of his relatives.
Left him everything, huh?
Well, the insurance and his money, yes. Well, I know because, well, I'm the only lawyer here in Kirkwood, and I made out a will for him.
You say just the money to his nephew?
Except for his wine cellar, all his property will go to the town.
Wine cellar?
Yes. If Mr. Moody doesn't come back, or if he's proved to be dead, the wine cellar will go over to a man over in Philadelphia. Had themselves a sort of a gourmet club, I guess you'd call it.
I see. But now tell me...
You know, I kind of wish he'd have willed me that wine cellar. You should see the collection he has there from all over the world.
Yes.
German wines and French and Italian.
Yes, I'm sure.
Swiss,
but,
Hungarian,
now, Mr. Hurley,
champagne.
Is there anything else you can tell me that might help me to find him? How about his friends?
Everybody was Mr. Moody's friend, Mr. Dollar. But as I started to say about those wines he had...
So I checked out all of Mr. Moody's friends there in Kirkwood and ended up with no more information than I got from the storekeeper. But you know something? If I had had sense enough to realize it, I'd have gotten plenty from him. He had given me a real key to the disappearance, not only of Mr. Moody, but of the 7 other people on the list. And what a key. Yeah, to what turned out to be one of the weirdest cases I ever handled.
Now, Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar and the Cask of Death matter.
Item 5, $42.70, traveling expenses, food and lodging for the next 2 days. I drove my rental car to Pitts Grove and Malaga, New Jersey, Armstrong and Mount Pleasant down in Delaware, then Hickoryville, Pennsylvania, Goshenville, and the nearby town of Milne. I contacted not only the local police, such as they were, but dug up the lawyers who'd written wills for the missing men. And by doing so, I learned a strange, intriguing fact. You see, my last contact was there in the village of Milne with the one lawyer in town.
Yes, Mr. Dollar. If my client, Mr. Frederick Burton, fails to return by the end of 7 years, your company will have to pay the insurance. As for the rest of his estate...
Including a wine cellar?
Yes, a very excellent one. Its contents will go to a friend of his who lives in Philadelphia.
Mr. Edward Alden Poley.
Yes, that's right. How did you know?
Well, I've been doing a little poking around these past couple of days.
You understand, of course, that's only if we receive some definite evidence of Mr. Burton's death, or if he fails to return before the 7 years is up and therefore legally is presumed to be deceased.
Do you know anything about this man, Poley?
No, I don't. It seems they had a sort of epicures club.
Do you know who the other members of it were?
Well, Mr. Burton told me who they are sometime before he disappeared. If you'll just give me a moment, perhaps I can recall their names.
You want to check them against this list of mine?
Yeah, if you like.
All right, let's see. Mr. Frederick Burton, that's your client.
Yes?
John L. Wakeman over in Hickoryville.
Mm-hmm.
Wilbur Davis in Goshenville.
That's correct.
Harmon Phillips and Ralph Hunter from down in Delaware.
That's right.
And finally, Charles Moody, Nathan Norwood, and William Harnell over in Jersey.
Your list is quite correct, Mr. Dollar, except for one omission.
There was another?
Mr. Bradford W. Turner.
Do you know where he lives?
Yes, in the little town of Alloway here in Pennsylvania.
That is, if he hasn't disappeared.
Yes, Oh, good heavens. Do you mean to say that all the others... Well, I know, of course, that Mr. Burton did, but do you mean to say that all the others on that list have disappeared, too?
Yes, sir. And I'm going to find out about this Mr. Turner right now. In the town of Alloway, did you say?
Well, yes, it's about 18 miles north of here.
Okay, sir. And I'm very much obliged to you.
Mr. Dollar.
Yeah?
Do you really think there can be some connection between these disappearances and the fact that all these men have willed their wine collections to this Edward Alden Poley?
What do you think? Wait a minute. Had I told him the others all willed their wine collections to Poley? Or had he just come to that conclusion? Or what? Anyway, I drove due north to Alloway. The one large, rather nice home belonged to Mr. Bradford W. Turner, the man whose name was not on my list. So I hoped that he was still here in the land of the living. He was, and he turned out to be a very fine gentleman, despite his preoccupation with vintage wine.
No, Mr. Dollar. Our little order of epicures has not been very active since several of the members have, disappeared.
But not you or Mr. E.A. Poley.
I was just preparing to make the trip over to Philadelphia to pay a visit to Mr. Poley.
Oh? Mind telling me why, Mr. Turner?
Not at all, sir. Not at all. I happen to have an excellent wine cellar.
Yes, I rather guessed that.
Oh, but it's nothing compared to that of Mr. Poley's. Edward is younger than I, younger than any of us. But his vast, labyrinthine cellar is a veritable treasure house of rare and priceless vintage.
I see. Now...
Even I haven't seen the full extent of it, but... Oh, if only I could get hold of some of that ancient, rare Amontillado he has so often told us about. Promised to show us so many times. Up until now, I've not had anything worthy to offer him in exchange. But now, I've acquired a bottle of very old and very fine Medoc, a de Grave. So I shall take it to him in the hope...
You know, you talk as though this wine collecting were the most important thing in your life.
Oh, it is, sir. And with Poley, it's an almost overpowering passion. It is his life.
The kind of man who'd kill his own mother for a bottle of wine, huh?
That's not the jest you may think it is, Mr. Dollar. Which is why I wonder if this bottle of fine Medoc will be enough.
Mr. Turner, you're not taking it over to him.
I beg your pardon.
I am.
Now, look here, Mr. Dollar. I've been awaiting this opportunity for years.
Yeah, and you'd probably give just about anything.
You're right, sir. I would.
Your life? Yeah, every one of the old men who disappeared had been a nut on the subject of wine collecting, and had provided in his will that his cellar was to go to a Mr. Edward Alden Poley. You know something? When I talked to Poley at his home in the old Germantown section of Philadelphia, I decided he was the biggest nut of all, and possibly a dangerous one. There was an old house and a big one. It must have been one of the original Philadelphia mansions. As for Poley himself, well, I'd say he was a man of about 50. He was short and heavy-set, and his face reminded me of a bird of prey. Very thin, with a long, aquiline nose. His eyes were far apart and almost beady. In spite of his shortness, he seemed to almost hover over things, including me. As he led me into the library, his eyes kept glancing at the package I carried, and there was a kind of inner glow in them. I could think of only one thing. Madness.
Dollar, did you say?
That's right. Johnny Dollar.
I see.
Oh?
I mean, it's a very unusual name.
I, can't help but admire this library, Mr. Poley.
Only the best. I must have only the best, Mr. Dollar.
Yes, it looks so.
Nothing, no one must stand in the way of my having the rarest, the finest of everything. Sometimes it takes years, Mr. Dollar, but sooner or later I get what I want.
I notice you have a lot of the works of Edgar Allan Poe.
The greatest writer who ever lived. I am fortunate to bear the same initials.
What? Oh, yeah.
Look there. First copies of his works. And look there. The manuscript of one of them. Well, it has to do with a certain wine.
Yeah, I see.
Which brings us to what you have there.
Well, it's a famous old Medoc, Mr. Poley, a de Grave.
Its age, the vintage. Let me see it.
What? Well, sure.
Yes. Look at it.
Well, I only brought it here for your opinion.
Huh? Oh, but I must have this. I must have...
I'm afraid that's impossible.
Oh. We shall see. Perhaps we'll make an exchange. I have in my vaults an old, a rare, a priceless Amontillado. Come, Mr. Dollar.
The cask of Amontillado, huh?
What was that?
Nothing, sir. Lead the way. He did. Yeah, he sure did. Through a hidden door behind a panel in the wall. Instead of using a flashlight, he took along a sort of torch, a flambeau, I think you call it, that gave off an evil, oily smell that stained the passageway with smoke. He led me down a long, winding staircase between the walls. Then finally we came to the vast wine vaults deep underground. This was really something out of Edgar Allan Poe. It was cool and damp with great drops of water slipping down the old stone walls. On one of them was a motto.
Nemo me impune lacessit.
I'm afraid my Latin is a little rusty.
No one dare seek to best me with impunity.
Yeah. But now the Amontillado...
A little further. Are you a mason?
A mason?
A little joke, Mr. Dollar. You see, I am.
He pulled a small trowel out of the inner pocket of his coat, then laughed strangely. Sure. The cask of Amontillado, just like in the story by Edgar Allan Poe. The dark, damp wine vaults, that motto on the wall, the trowel. And this madman was living apart. No wonder his friends had disappeared, because each of them had had some priceless wine that he wouldn't part with. That is, until...
The next vault, Mr. Dollar. A large crypt with niches in the wall, some of them blocked in, others empty, waiting. There I'll introduce you to my friends who are gathered there.
Your friends?
Of the Order of Epicures. They, too, have brought me wines for my collection. Davis, Norwood, Harnell, Hunter, Phillips, Wakeman, Frederick Burton.
Those names.
Even my old friend Charles Moody.
You killed them, didn't you?
Killed them?
You brought them down here.
Let me see the bottle of de Grave.
You promised to show them the cask of Amontillado.
Yes.
Then buried them here in one of these crypts.
Yes. But, Mr. Dollar, you must not keep our friends waiting.
Yeah. There's the mortar and the bricks.
And the Amontillado? In the niche behind you.
The mortar box. A hole for mixing in that shovel.
Yes, the shovel. And with it you'll join my friends. This isn't the way the story.
The 8 men who disappeared, yeah, they were all buried behind the bricks and mortar that walled up 8 of the niches in that deep underground vault. Funny, I completely forgot to look to see if there was a cask of Amontillado in that cellar. Edward Alden Poley, when the courts get through with his case, I'm sure he'll be committed to an institution for the rest of his life. Yeah, I told you in the beginning, this was the weirdest case I ever tackled. Expense account total, including incidentals and the trip back to Hartford, $101.20. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, I run into a girl who is fabulously rich, and because of it, fabulously poor. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Harry Bartell, Forrest Lewis, Bartlett Robinson, Farley Bear, and Marvin Miller. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Cubberly speaking.
Johnny Dollar.
My name is Bartley, Mr. Dollar, Tom Bartley. Mid-States Industrial Insurance Company here in Des Moines.
What can I do for you, Mr. Bartley?
Case Paper Products Company, one of our pretty important clients. It looks like somebody's trying to blow them off the map.
Blow them off the map?
Explosions and fires in a couple of their chain of warehouses.
Oh?
Yes. That have so far cost us over $120,000. And if they have any more of them, or if their main plant here in Des Moines gets hit...
I see what you mean. Okay, Mr. Bartley. If I get any kind of break on plane schedules, I'll see you sometime late this afternoon.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer and the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator, yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Mid-States Industrial Insurance Company, Des Moines office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the case of Trouble Matter. Expense account item 1, $102.65 plane fare to New York to Chicago to Des Moines, Iowa. And thanks to good connections, we circled the transmission tower of KRNT, passed over the Raccoon River, and set down at Municipal Airport shortly after 4 p.m. Item 2, out of force of habit, $50 deposit on a rental car. I headed north on Fleur Drive, that's Route 123, and a few minutes later walked into Tom Bartley's office on Mulberry Street in town. I beg your pardon.
Yes, Mr. Case.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, may I help you, sir?
Well, I don't know. My name is Johnny Dollar, and... Is something wrong, miss?
No, I'm sorry. And Mr. Bartley is expecting you, Mr. Dollar, but he isn't here now.
Oh?
He's gone to Indianola.
Where's that?
18 miles south of here, and he wants you to meet him there, Mr. Dollar, just as quickly as possible.
Okay, but where down there?
He says you'll know when you get there, and that you'll have no trouble finding him.
Well, I've never met him, you know.
Just the same, he says you'll know when you get there.
Funny.
And to, please see him right away, immediately.
Okay, whatever you say. Indianola's a little town, about 7,000. And that secretary was right. I had no trouble at all finding Tom Bartley, much less his reason for being there. A thick pall of smoke hung over the place. It came from the smoldering remains of a big building just a block off Highway 69 near the edge of the South River. A sign at one edge of the property said the building had belonged to Case Paper Products Company. I pulled up next to a group of firemen who were busy with a hose killing the last of the hot spots.
Hey, Dollar. Johnny Dollar.
Yeah.
Tom Bartley.
Tom, glad to know you.
Well, there you are. There it is, number 3, what's left of it. And this one will cost us $50,000, $60,000 more at least.
You think this and the others you called about have been arson,
So does Albert Case. He and his brother Ed own the business. Main plant in Des Moines and a lot of warehouses scattered around.
Why scattered around, Tom, instead of close to the main plant?
No room up there. Also, it saves money because of cheaper property in these small towns.
Where are the others?
Well, those that are left are in Knoxville, Osceola, Colfax, and Grinnell. But who knows for how long?
On the phone, you said explosions and fires.
That's the way they've all started, with an explosion.
Yeah. That would indicate arson, all right. Also a pattern by one man.
Right. But paper burns so hard and fast and hot, there's never any concrete evidence after a fire's over.
About these Case brothers, Tom.
Now, look, there's no point in hanging around this mess. It's all over and done with, but our insurance payoff. So why don't you pile into your car and follow me home, Johnny? We can talk about it there over a stiff drink that I can well use.
Okay, if you like.
Besides, it's getting late, and I promised Millie I'd bring you home for dinner.
Lead the way.
Hi, Millie, we're home.
Attractive place you have here, Tom.
Thanks. We like it.
Oh, hi, darling. Have a busy day at the... What, Ed?
Huh? Well, yes, I guess Johnny does look like Ed Case at that.
Well, Johnny.
Mildred, this is Johnny Dollar.
Oh. Well, hi, Johnny. Welcome.
Hi, Millie.
Now, you two can go in there and relax, and I'll bring you a drink. Scotch and soda, all right, Johnny? It's what Tom always drinks.
Oh, that'll suit me fine.
Sit down, Johnny. Make yourself comfortable.
Thanks, Tom. Mighty attractive little wife you have there.
Millie used to be a singer and dancer in a sister act.
Oh? Now, about the Case brothers, Tom.
Well, Albert actually runs the business. Ed just shares the profits. Kind of a black sheep of the family, I've heard.
I see.
Here we are, boys. One for you, Johnny. One for you, darling. And one for me.
Well, thank you, ma'am.
Well, to the gods and goddesses and us.
We'll drink to that.
Oh, Tom, darling.
Yeah?
Before I forget, Albert Case promised to drop in.
Oh, good. I want Johnny to meet
As
him.
a matter of fact, he ought to be here right now. He only lives a few blocks away.
He's been up in the town of Madrid, Johnny, cleaning up after a previous fire so he can sell the property.
You mean he's planning to just pocket the insurance money?
I guess so. Incidentally, he himself discovered that fire.
He did, hmm? Tom, tell me, how has business been with the Case brothers lately?
Well, not so good, I guess, but then that's true of a lot. Now, wait a minute, Johnny.
Possibility, isn't it?
But Albert Case burned down his own... Oh, now, listen, you don't know him.
I know, but maybe you don't either, Tom. At least as well as you think you do.
Oh, no, Johnny, you're wrong in what you're thinking. Well, I've known Al Case for years. I've known him well.
Mm-hmm. What about his brother Ed, the black sheep?
Well, now, Ed, of course, is a different... Oh, excuse me a minute. Hello?
Tom, this is Albert Case.
It's Al, Johnny. Come listen.
Right.
Tom.
Yes, Al?
I told you those fires were set. All of them.
I know you did.
Well, I have proof.
You have, huh? Then we'll be right over.
No.
What?
No, you mustn't come here. And I mustn't stay here.
What? What do you mean?
Because I...
Hello? Hello? Al! I don't get it.
Do you know where he lives, Tom?
Well, sure, but why did he hang up?
Come on, let's go. As we pulled up at his house, we could see Albert Case through a picture window sitting at a desk, telephone in hand.
Hey, Al, we're here.
Darling, can't you see he's on the phone
I
in
know,
there?
but he acts as though he doesn't even hear us.
Wait, Tom.
What's the matter, Johnny?
Stand back.
Well, what's that?
Stand back.
Here we go now.
Johnny. What is it? What's the matter?
Couldn't you see from out there? Now do you see?
Oh, no, what's wrong with... Oh, no.
Well, Johnny?
Right through the forehead, Tom. Looks like it was done by a .38.
Newport filter cigarette, Newport menthol cigarette.
You know, sometimes late at night when business gets slack here in the diner and I'm listening to the radio, I think to myself, Heine, suppose that Newport dame should walk in right now, sit down at the counter and say, Heine, from now on I want you to smoke Newport filter cigarettes. You know they have the soothing coolness of menthol, a hint of mint and wonderful rich tobacco. It's that exclusive, pleasant smoking combination that makes Newport more refreshing to begin with, more refreshing all the way. Will you do this for me, Heine? Lady, I'd say, take the place. The whole joint, the steam table, the coffee maker, it's all yours. I'm a Newport smoker forever.
Tom took the telephone out of the dead man's hand and called the police. Millie turned pale and slumped into a chair, and I gave the place a quick rundown, checked the doors and windows. A few minutes later, a young policeman arrived.
Were you all here when it happened, Mr. Bartley and Mrs. Bartley? And, who are you?
He's working for me, officer. He's Johnny Dollar, insurance investigator.
You insurance guys work pretty fast, don't you?
Maybe too fast. You related to Mr. Case?
Well, are you? No. Why?
You look a little like him. All right, now, who busted in the front door?
I did, officer, when I saw through the window that something was very obviously wrong with Mr. Case.
Oh, just took things in your own hands and busted in, huh?
That's right.
All right, let's see what I can find out here. Sure, here it is. A bullet hole through this window. You know what that means? It means somebody plugged them from outside there.
You're sure?
Yeah, sure, I'm sure. So go on, you three-hard. Now, where'd your wife go, Bartley?
Out to the car.
Yeah, well, who told her she could leave?
Who told her she had to sit here looking at a corpse?
He wasn't shot by somebody standing outside, Johnny? Well, how do you know?
I saw that bullet hole in the window, too. Yeah? But there were no particles of glass on the inside of the sill. But there were on the outside? That's right. So the shot was fired inside by somebody that Albert Case let in or who had normal access to the house. Remember when Albert's phoning to you was cut off? Yes. Because somebody was there and had to stop him from talking about his proof of arson or from naming the arsonist. Was Albert married? No. Oh. So his death means that his brother Ed would own the business now. Yes, I guess so. Where does he live?
It's in the town of Grinnell, the other side of Colfax.
Both those towns have warehouses in them, right?
Yes, that's right. Now, wait a minute.
I'll pick up my rental car at your house and take off.
For where?
Grinnell, by way of Colfax. But at Colfax, I made a stop to question some of the people standing around another big warehouse fire. Yes, the Case Paper Products warehouse. But in walking toward it in the semi-darkness, I stumbled over a little old man quietly sobbing to himself. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to walk all over you like that.
Oh, what difference does it make? I knew it would happen. I knew this was going to happen.
You mean this fire?
Yes, and I told Mr. Albert it was going to happen, too.
Wait a minute. You mean Mr. Albert Case?
Yes, I've been his night watchman for years, I have. And I told him it would happen, I did. Ever since that car started coming round here every night, prowling around, I knowed it wasn't up to any good, and I told him so. I told Mr. Albert about it.
What kind of a car was it?
Big white foreign car, a Parati with no top onto it.
Yes?
And when I told him about that car this afternoon, you know what Mr. Albert said?
What?
He said he knew then. He knew who it was that'd been trying to burn him out. He said he knew him.
Did he tell you who he meant?
Only that now he was sure. And he give me this gun, this pistol to carry, in case it'd come around again.
A white Parati convertible,
Yes, sir. And I think I know the man he means, too, that drives one. And if he does come round here, Mr...
Hey, let me help you up, then.
You.
What?
It's you. You're the one.
Now, listen, please.
After what you've done, I'm going to kill you.
Wait a minute. Put down that gun.
I'm going to kill you.
Thank goodness it was a bad shot. There was no point hanging around to explain things to the fireman. I grabbed his gun and took off. Pete thought that I was someone else. Millie Bartley had, too. Matter of fact, even I had noticed a sort of family-type resemblance between myself and the dead man, Albert Case. All right. I'd hoped to make the rest of the trip in something under legal time, but after having the fuel pump of my car conk out on me, then spending literally hours at an all-night service station getting a new one, incidentally, that's item 3, 1580, the sun was up by the time I got to Grinnell. At police headquarters there, I barged into the office of Lieutenant Cal Golden without waiting to be announced.
Well, you're an early bird. Sit down for a minute while I finish up this report, Mr. Case.
What? Oh, sure.
Tried all night to phone you, Mr. Case, but got no answer.
You did, That's very interesting.
I'm afraid I have bad news for you about your brother, Albert. Here we are. Yeah. Seems that last night somebody... Wait a minute.
Yeah?
Well, I'll be...
You look like Ed Case.
Don't worry, Lieutenant. You're not the first one to make that mistake.
But who are you, then?
My name is Johnny Dollar. I'm an insurance investigator.
By golly, you look enough like Ed Case to be his twin brother, and you sound like it.
Tell me, you haven't been able to contact him yet?
No, sir.
Then let me throw one at you, Lieutenant.
Yeah?
I have good reason to believe Ed Case is not only the firebug we're after.
What?
But the man who killed his brother. It took a little convincing, but the lieutenant finally agreed to put out an APB on Ed Case. And he gave me Ed's address, 1217 LaCroix Place. There was no answer to the doorbell there, so I went to the house next door.
Yes?
Oh, excuse me, ma'am.
Oh, it's you, Ed Case.
I beg your pardon.
No, wait. You're not Ed Case. You're somebody else.
That's right, ma'am. My name is Dollar.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have known because of your car.
That's right. He drives a white one, doesn't he?
Yes, just one of them fancy foreign things with the top down all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like the one that he gave to that blonde hussy that comes around to see him all the time.
A blonde, ma'am?
Comes up from Des Moines all the time, in and out of that house of his like she belonged there. It's disgusting.
From Des Moines, did you say?
If there's anything I don't like, it's a little blonde with green eyes and one of those olive type of complexions they don't deserve
Thank
to
you,
have.
ma'am. Thank you very much. That description of Ed's girlfriend. It was Millie Bartley, Tom's wife. Petite, olive complexion, green eyes, and she lived in Des Moines. And I remembered her momentary surprise when she first saw me. Item 4, 90 cents for a phone call.
Why, no, Johnny. I don't know where Millie is. I heard her talking on the phone to her friend Bernice. They used to be in a sister act, you know.
Well, then, Tom...
But then she ducked out of the house and left in the car.
I see. Okay, Tom, thanks.
But how are you doing? Anything new that I ought to know about this arson murder thing?
No, Tom. Nothing you need to worry about. Not yet. I drove back to LaCroix Place, parked a block away, and walked to 1217. There was no answer again, so I went around to the back door, slipped the lock with a business card, and walked in, leaving it open for a possible quick exit. That was a mistake, because a couple of minutes later, as I rounded a corner to the living room, I felt the barrel of a gun in my back.
Oh, so you're out of town, huh? Well, now I know different.
Now, wait a minute.
Don't move, Eddie boy. Trying to stall on that $5,000 you owe me won't work.
You think I'm Ed Case?
What do you mean, think?
Now, listen,
You know what happens when you try and stall me, Eddie?
He must have really done a job on me, because when I came to, it was dark. And I felt a little bit rocky, to say the least. What roused me was the sound of steps, a woman's steps, quietly coming in the back door. There were no lights, remember. Then, briefly silhouetted against a window, I saw the all-too-familiar trim, petite figure coming toward me.
Eddie? Oh, no, you're hurt. Oh, honey, you're hurt. What happened?
Oh, you don't know.
Oh, yeah, with Louie getting even because you didn't pay him soon enough for that last fire. Oh, here, Eddie, let me turn on the lights and help you.
No.
huh?
Just let me rest a minute.
Oh, I knew that was him I passed on the highway.
Why did you come over here from Des Moines?
To make sure you'd play dumb when the cops told you about poor dear old Albert getting knocked off. Why did you come here to the house?
Because I hoped that you'd come here, I guess.
Oh, you should have waited until I could get up the money to pay Louie.
You mean for killing Albert, too, huh?
Yeah. I mean, no. You killed Albert. I saw you from the outside in the car.
You'd swear to that, wouldn't you?
Eddie, what a thing to say. You sound like you don't trust me. Look, we're in this thing together.
And whose idea was it to knock off Albert?
Well, like I told you, you had to because he was getting wise to you about the fires.
You had it figured out that way right from the beginning, didn't you?
Baby, now look.
First, burn up the warehouses, collect the insurance on them.
Well, sure.
Then get Al out of the way so you and I would have it all.
Well, yeah, that's right. Eddie, what are you talking this way for? I don't understand you.
I wish to heaven I didn't understand you, Millie.
Millie?
Come on, let's turn on the lights in here.
Eddie, you're not Eddie. Who are you?
Don't try to kid me, Millie. Wait a minute. Who are you?
Oh, you're the dick. That insurance investigator Millie told me about, Johnny Dollar. Let me out of here.
Sorry,
Let
baby.
go of me.
You're going to stay right here. Millie Barkley's sister Bernice. Oh, well.
Sister.
Yes.
On account of we looked alike, we did a sister act once before she married that Bartley guy. Will you let me go?
Not a chance, Bernice.
Let me go.
I think maybe you better, Dollar.
What?
Eddie.
Yeah, me, Eddie. Don't move, Dollar. Get his gun, Bernice. Take his gun away.
Yeah, sure, Eddie. Here it is.
Ed Case, That's right. I guess maybe we do look like each other, don't we? It fooled Bernice, Eddie. Before I put the lights on, she told me everything.
Eddie, don't believe him. It's a lie.
No, it isn't, baby. I heard.
But listen, I thought he was you. Don't you understand? I thought he was you.
Why'd you drive on over here anyway?
Because Millie told me Dollar was coming
You been
here.
shooting up your mouth to Millie, too?
I could tell she was getting wise about the fire.
You told her.
No, Eddie, honest. But she was my friend. She thought maybe she could help me out of this mess.
Yeah, you're too late, Bernice.
Eddie, what are you going to do?
I'm going to get rid of the both of you.
No.
And figure out some way to shut up Louie. But you two are first.
Eddie.
You'll never get away with this, Eddie.
No, even when I use this gun of yours to knock you off?
Eddie, please, you're drunk or you're crazy or something.
What, crazy? To save my own life, to keep you and Louie and Dollar here from putting a noose around my neck?
It's there already, Eddie, and you know it.
Shut up. It won't be after I kill you.
Eddie, please,
That's
please.
gonna be right now. Wait a minute. Who's that?
The cops. It must be the cops.
Oh, yeah? Well, if it is, you wait here. You wait. Ah, no, you don't. You should have turned toward that door. Out of my way.
Oh, Eddie, you hit me.
Now, you, Dollar. Wrong, Eddie. You may have killed her, but you're not going to...
Johnny, what is it? What's happening?
No, Millie. Don't go in there.
Bernice?
Yes. Eddie killed her. I'm sorry.
She was my friend.
I'm sorry, Millie. Where's Tom?
I came alone, Johnny.
Why?
When I talked to Bernice on the phone, I knew I could tell that your suspicion of Eddie was right. And I hoped that somehow I could help her.
Maybe you better call Tom and tell him where you are and what's happened. I guess it's pretty obvious what'll happen to Ed Case. Now it's 2 murders against him. As for the insurance and the estate, Iowa law will have to take care of that. Expense account total, including the trip home, $256.10. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a story with a twist that will surprise you as much as it did me. Tune in, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
If you drive a car, remember this. Almost anywhere in the country where you see the Sinclair sign, you can save up to 4 cents a gallon on gasoline by using Sinclair Dino. That's because in 3 out of 5 cars, regular price Sinclair Dino matches the performance of expensive premium gasolines costing up to 4 cents more a gallon. Drive with care and buy Sinclair Dino gasoline. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Fred Hendrickson. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also featured in our cast were John Seymour, Abby Lewis, Terry Keane, Edgar Staley, Jack Grimes, Jim Stevens, and Gilbert Mack. Music supervision by Ethel Huber. Sound patterns by Walter Otto. Technical direction by Fred Cusick. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Stuart Metz speaking. Hear the Dean of Newscasters, Lowell Thomas, weeknights on the CBS Radio Network.
CBS for Durham, WDNC. It's 6:34. When a headache strikes, headache tension builds up. You feel terrible. You become irritable.
When this happens, here's what you should do. Take Stand-Back powders or tablets. The secret of Stand-Back's effectiveness is its combination formula of several medically proven pain-relieving ingredients in one easy-to-take dose. A combination of ingredients that brings you comforting relief from pain. What's more, Stand-Back's gentle and effective action relieves tension, which usually accompanies pain. Stand-Back has earned both the Good Housekeeping and Parents Magazine seals. You can take Stand-Back with complete confidence. For pains of headache, neuralgia, muscular aches, and cold discomforts, test Stand-Back against any other preparation you've ever used. See for yourself how fast, yet how gently, Stand-Back gives comforting relief. Just trade your headache for a smile. Snap back with Stand-Back, tablets or powders.
Johnny Dollar.
Earl Foreman.
There's the welcome voice. Hi, Earl. How are things down there in nice, warm, sunny Florida?
Nice and warm and sunny.
Oh, it's a lot more than you can say for up here in New England. We've just been hit over the head with a cold, wet spell, and anybody as wants it can have it.
Well, what's even more important, Johnny, the fishing is red hot.
Okay, all you have to do is cook up some excuse for me to hire myself down there on expense account. How about it?
Well, I can try. Let's see now.
Well?
One broken ankle.
What?
I said one badly busted ankle. You think that'll do for it?
For what?
The excuse you want to come down here and take over a little chore I'd handled myself except for this bum ankle of mine.
Earl, if you really have a broken ankle, I'm sorry to hear it.
I really have.
What is this little chore that you're talking about?
A visit to one of our clients. Lives down the road a piece.
You want me all the way down there just to call on a client?
Why not?
You think the home office would okay all my expenses just for that?
When I remind them of all the thousands, maybe millions you've saved them over the years,
Here,
why
here. Just to call on a client, huh?
Honor bright.
Well, I don't believe it, Earl. There's something fishy about this.
Nah, you know me better than to say a thing like that, Johnny.
You mean I know you just well enough? Not once have I gone down there supposedly to fish without running into a burglary or embezzlement, arson, murder, mayhem, or what have you, and been lucky to get back here in one piece. So come on, Earl, come clean. What is it this time?
I told you, Johnny.
Okay. I guess there's only one way for me to find out.
Good. I'll be waiting for you.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer and the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator,
yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Tri-State Life and Casualty Insurance Company branch office in Sarasota, Florida. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Wrong One matter. Expense account item 1, $87.70 for a cab to Bradley Field, then plane fare to New York to Tampa to Sarasota. Item 2, $3 for a taxi to the office on Main Street that Earl Pullman shares with Don Boomhauer, a prominent realtor in those parts. Earl, the lower part of his right leg in a plaster cast and a crutch under his arm, hobbled around pretty uncomfortably.
Sit down, huh? Are you kidding? That's all I've been doing now for nearly 2 weeks, ever since the doc put this blasted cast on my ankle.
Earl, would you like me to autograph it like the kids do?
No, thanks. Seriously, Johnny, this darn thing's been driving me nearly crazy.
I don't doubt it, Earl. I'm awfully sorry.
Sitting around the house doing nothing day after day, and Mike having to play nursemaid to me all the time. Why, do you know this is the first day I've even been down here at the office?
How is Mike? Be sure to give her my love, huh?
Well, give it to her yourself. You'll be staying with us, you know.
Fine.
Anyhow, I suddenly got the idea that if you'd come down here and run the boat, well, we could go out in the Gulf, tie into some whoppers, and maybe it'd take my mind off this thing for a change.
You know something, Earl? That is the best idea you have had in years.
Yeah, well, I didn't think you'd object too strenuously.
That talk about a job for me to do while I'm here was just a bluff.
Not a bit of it. Here, help me to sit down, will you?
Sure. Just take it easy now, old man.
Now, don't give me that, you...
All right. I got it. I got the crutch here. I'll set it right here. There we are.
Now, in the corner of the desk, that letter, you see it?
This one?
Yeah. Mailed only yesterday.
You call this a letter? On a piece of wrapping paper.
Read it, Johnny, if you can.
Well, I can try. Dear, W-E-R. Dear Mr. P-U-R-E. Pure man?
Never mind the spelling. He means poor man.
I hope so. You know, anybody who thought of you as being pure would be out of his mind, Earl.
Okay. So you made it funny.
No, I was absolutely serious.
Okay, just forget the bad spelling and translate the best you can.
All right. Dear Mr. Poorman, if your company don't want to pay off my insurance real quick, come see me real quick. Account of my pal, B-L-E-A-K, Bleak.
Blake. Johnny Waldo Blake is beneficiary.
Oh. On account of my pal Blake is away... What?
Gatorin.
And can't help me, so you better hurry. S-I-N, signed, Mr. Emmett?
Emmett Dennery, the client I mentioned over the phone.
Ooh, I'll say this for your Mr. Emmett Dennery. He is no mental giant.
Well, he is still a client.
How much of a policy, Earl?
$2,000 straight life.
$2,000?
That's a lot of money to some people.
Well, I know it is, but is it enough to justify my expenses all the way from Hartford?
Well, now you know the real reason why you're here.
Ah, you are a good man. Who is the Earl? What's this letter mean?
Johnny, Mr. Emmett Dennery is a client I've never even seen. All I know about him is what Pete Fisher told me.
Fisher?
Yeah, he held down this office before I took over. He died 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh?
Well, anyway, Emmett Dennery and his pal, Waldo Blake, are a couple of old crackers, live down in the swamps, down the Everglades.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, they scrape out a living trapping and killing animals and then selling the hides. Anyway, it looks like Emmett's pal is away somewhere, gatoring. That means after alligators.
I thought it was illegal to kill alligators in this state.
Well, sure it is. Anyhow, Emmett wants somebody to go to see him. Well, here you are, and we can justify your expense account to the company. And after you've paid your little visit to him, you and I can do some serious fishing. Okay?
Earl, it sounds to me as though he's pretty scared of something. It says, this part here, if your company don't want to pay off my insurance real quick.
Only thing he needs to be scared of, Johnny, is a game warden. I'd bet on it.
I wonder. Do you know where he lives?
Well, here, I can show you on this map that Fisher had the foresight to pin on the policy. Here you are.
You call this a map?
Here. Sarasota.
I'd never know it.
And here's Fort Myers, so this has to be the main highway, the Tamiami Trail.
Mm-hmm.
And this, well, maybe it's only a wagon track right into the Everglades. And right here is where Emmett's supposed to live. Think you can find it?
Well, I can try.
Okay. Now, you take my car, drive me home, and then get on your way. And as soon as you get back here, if it's still daylight...
Earl.
Yeah?
If I remember right, this Everglades country can be pretty dangerous in spots for somebody who doesn't know his way around.
Oh, you make out all right. You did the time before, didn't you?
Oh, sure.
So, what do you got to worry about?
You tell me. Yes, on my previous expedition into the Everglades, I had made out all right. But that time, I'd had a guide, a young Indian boy by the name of Ben Osceola, which, by the way, brings up an interesting point. Nearly all the Indians who inhabit that section of swamp call themselves Osceola. It's a long, famous name among the members of the Seminole tribe. At any rate, if I could find him again, and according to the map Earl had given me, the chances were pretty good. So, after dropping Earl off at his home on Oyster Bay and staging an impromptu, passionate love scene with his wife, Mike, who is a living doll, and Earl on his crutch couldn't do a thing about it anyway except howl with pretended rage, I got behind the wheel and headed south on 41, the Tamiami Trail. At Fort Myers, I turned left on 82 into the Everglades and headed right into the middle of the big cypress swamp country. A few miles below Sunnyland, I found a pair of wagon tracks that the map had shown barely passable in the car I was driving. But this was all to my liking because I was in the same part of the swamp that I'd been in once before during the previous assignment. There in a clearing on the edge of a sort of a bayou was a little unpainted house. And from it a tall, husky young Indian emerged. In his hands, aimed straight at the car and at me, was a .30-30 rifle.
Wait a minute. Aren't you Ben? Ben Osceola?
You call me Ben?
Sure. Don't you remember me?
Mr. Johnny.
That's right. Johnny Dollar. Remember?
Yes. Our old friend. I welcome you, Mr. Johnny.
Well, thank you. It's nice to see you again, Ben. And I wonder if you can help me again.
If I can, Mr. Johnny, I will be glad to.
Ben, I'm looking for a man by the name of Emmett Dennery.
You, want to see that old man?
Yes. Does he still live around here somewhere?
So far as I know.
Well, good.
But he is not our friend.
Oh? You Indian people, been having some trouble with him?
No, but we have nothing to do with him.
Why is that, then?
Because he and the other, the one they call Lefty.
Will that be Waldo Blake?
Yes, Lefty Blake.
What about him?
They do not obey the law. They take much game they should not take. They live and hunt on our land, our Seminole land.
I see. Ben, have your people been getting rough with them?
No, Mr. Johnny. But we stay far away from them. We do not wish to soil our hands or minds by any contact with them. They are taboo.
What you're saying, then, is that if somebody is bothering Dennery, it is not your people.
That is right.
And you say that in spite of the way you seem to feel about him?
Yes, Mr. Johnny.
When did you last see him, Ben?
Many years ago, as a child. At least I think it was.
How do you mean?
They looked so much alike that few could tell them apart.
Oh? I see. Ben, if you still have an airboat that can ride out over this swamp, have you?
Back in my house.
Well, can I hire you to take me to where Emmett Dennery lives?
No, Mr. Johnny.
No?
I must not go there. It's taboo among my people.
I see. Well, look, just look here now, Ben. If this map means anything, it can't be too far from here.
And you can take my airboat yourself.
All right. And I'll pay you for it.
Well, that is not necessary.
Oh, it is as far as I'm concerned. Here you are. Would 20 be enough?
Thank you. You will buy many shoes for my children.
Well, I'm glad, Ben. You can give me some directions. This map, I'm afraid, isn't too good.
Oh, yes. I am sorry I cannot go with you, Mr. Johnny.
Well,
it might be better if I could.
What do you mean by that, Ben?
From what I have heard about these men, you must be very careful.
Ever ride one of those airboats? It's a flat-bottomed aluminum hull about 12 feet long, and the bow is squared off instead of coming to a point. Two precarious little seats are propped up high in the middle of it, and at the back is a motor with an airplane propeller. They're safe, all right, but tricky, if you know what I mean. Anyhow, I climbed aboard and took off. And, brother, I mean took off. It's quite a ride, believe me. That half-planing, half-skipping over the shallow water. Perched up there on the spindly seat, I kept waiting for it to flip as I tore on out across the bayou, then wove my way through a network of narrow little rivers, over spots that in some places were nothing more than wet swamp grass. No wonder an ordinary underwater propeller couldn't be used. The darn thing would be hung up in the weeds and grass in no time. Every now and then I had to swerve quickly to avoid a half-submerged log. Or was it a huge alligator? There were more rattlesnakes and cottonmouth moccasins out there than I'd ever seen before. All sorts of animal life and thousands of birds that rose in alarm as I fairly plowed through them. Finally, I came to a couple of acres of high ground, of brush and trees that stuck out like an island there in the middle of a swamp. At one end of it was a decrepit old clapboard shack, surrounded by row after row of drying frames with skins on them, mostly the hides of raccoons and alligators, curing in the sun. There was no one around. At least there was no one inside. As I beached the airboat as close to it as possible, jumped off, and headed for the old cabin, I wondered if Emmett Dennery, like his pal Leslie Blake, was somewhere out in that swamp, gatoring, collecting game. The reason Dennery had given in his letter for being alone, for needing help. I didn't have to wonder for long. Mr. Dennery? Mr. Dennery? Anybody here? Hello? Well, let's see now. Oh, good. Seems to be open. A dank, fetid odor met me as I pushed open the rickety door into the dark, windowless, one-room shack. It was almost nauseating. And after the bright sunshine outdoors, it took my eyes nearly a minute to see anything in that dark, gloomy interior. There was no covering on the floor except the dirt, of which there was plenty. For a table and chairs, there was nothing but old crates and boxes clumsily nailed together. On one side, near the door, was a beat-up old wood stove with half a dozen filthy pots and pans at one end of it and a stack of dishes, long unwashed. As I half stumbled over an old rusty bread box lying on the floor, a huge rat scurried out of it and ran out the door. I wondered what sort of slovenly so-called humans could possibly live in such miserable, reeking squalor. Then I noticed the ragged draperies hanging across the far end as a sort of divider for the room. I felt that even to touch them would be to contaminate myself, but nonetheless I pulled them aside. There, on a rude cot, dressed in tattered jeans, a dirty shirt, and a pair of high-top lace boots, lay the body of a man. I'm no expert at such things, but even a cursory examination told me that he'd been dead for several days. There was a torn, grimy coverlet on the floor, and I started to pick it up to lay it gently over him.
Don't you move now, mister.
What?
Unless you want me to blow your head off. Whether you move or not, I think I'm doing it anyhow.
Hi, sports fans. This is Pat Summerall, glad to be back with the Frost on the Pumpkin and other signs of the football season. Monday through Saturday nights on this CBS radio network station. Let's join forces for a sports time rundown on the grid scene and the other major sports. Don't forget now, every night but Sunday, this is your address for sports time, presenting all the latest in the world of sports. The name of the game, again, Sports Time, right here. When I heard the voice in back of me coming from the doorway of the old cabin, I half turned, reaching for my gun, but I found myself staring into the barrel of an ancient high-powered rifle with the hammer of it pulled into firing position. And in back of that gun, one of the most disreputable-looking characters I've ever seen. He was about 60, I'd say, maybe 5 feet 3 or 4, a wrinkled, weather-beaten face, scraggly, dirty gray beard. He was dressed in khaki pants and shirt so badly worn it was a wonder they held together on his wiry little frame, and his eyes, peering out from under the remains of an old army hat, under long, bushy eyebrows, reminded me of the eyes of a snake. And there was a hint of madness in them.
You got a gun. I've seen you reach for it. You just turn around now. Keep your hands up real high.
Sure. Why not?
Well, I take it now. That gun of yours. Like this.
Well?
Hey, is this a pretty one?
I'm glad you like it.
Now, you sit down right there on the floor.
Beside this?
Yes, sir, beside him. Kind of you the one that killed him, ain't you?
No, that's where you're wrong, old-timer.
Sit down. You see this gun? Sit down.
I guess I have no choice, have I?
You got no choice.
Okay. On it.
With both your hands, you keep them flat on the floor now. Go on.
You're holding the gun.
I know. Stay out in the swamp too long. All week I stay out in that swamp. I come back here to find my pal and find you killed him. You killed Emmett Dinner.
Now, wait a minute.
Yeah, so now...
No, I said wait a minute.
I kill
now,
you.
You take a good look at that body and you'll see that he's been dead for days. 4 or 5 days at the least.
You say that. Now shut up.
So this is Emmett Dennery,
Yes, sir, my pal.
You're Waldo Blake?
I'm Waldo Blake.
Well, then you're his beneficiary.
I'll be his what?
You mean to tell me you didn't know Emmett carried a lot of insurance?
You never tell me that.
All right, then you listen to me.
Well, sure I listen. But, don't you move from here now.
Look, I'm from the insurance company. Emmett Dennery's life was insured for $2,000. And if you're Lefty Blake, that money goes to you.
Wee! $2,000?
$2,000.
But, I know you're really from the insurance.
Would you like to see the money?
Uh-huh.
All right, then, here.
Now, you be careful now.
All right.
I still got this gun right on you.
All right, here now. You just look through this wallet and see for yourself.
You just drop it gentle on the floor.
All right. Now, go ahead. Count the money.
Yes, sir. Only look. You ain't got no 2,000 here. You ain't got...
You ain't got no gun no more.
Let go me now.
Now, stay there. Right there in the corner, you crazy old coot, and don't move.
Now, you listen.
Now, you listen to me, and for your sake, I hope a coroner's examination doesn't show this man was murdered.
Murdered?
Yes, because you'd be the only suspect.
No, I never killed him. I didn't. I didn't.
Well, frankly, I don't think you did either. It was probably a natural death.
Well, yes, it really was. It really was.
You're sure of that?
Well, what I mean is...
Yes, you're sure, all right. That's what gave you the big idea, isn't it? You just couldn't miss a chance at that $2,000 insurance that you've been paying on all these years.
Me?
Yes, you. I knew there was something wrong the minute I saw this body because of that letter to the insurance office. Because it was only mailed yesterday, wasn't it?
Well, how should I know?
Stop bluffing now. It's a little late for that. That letter signed Emmett Dennery asking somebody to come out here was mailed only yesterday. But you know as well as I do, this man has been dead for 2-3 times that long. In other words, you wrote that letter in the hope we'd come out here and pay you off on the so-called death of Emmett.
Now.
Sure, with the two of you living out here alone, cut off from the rest of the world, nobody really ever sees you. You figured nobody knew it was really Lefty. Lefty Blake who had died.
You can't prove it's Waldo?
Can't I? Well, let's see now. For a starter, let's take the laces on his high-top boots.
Huh?
The way they're tied, the direction of the knot. You ever see a right-handed man who tied a left-handed bow knot like this one? Let's see what else we can find.
No, that's enough. Don't you see? After all the years of me paying out on that insurance, having Waldo die first, nobody else to leave it to.
You could have cashed in that policy legitimately and probably have got back most of what you put into it. But now, after the switch you've tried...
Oh, me. What'll they do to me now?
For attempted fraud? Plenty. But that's up to the company.
Oh, Lordy, what will they do to me?
You better come along with me and find out. Emmett Dennery. So there you are, Earl. Like I said to the old rascal, it's up to the company now. As for the total on my expense account, let's wait until I can sort up the cost of all the fishing we're going to do. Okay? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Before I do that, I'd like to extend a word of welcome to a new radio station joining the CBS radio network today. It's WNEB Worcester, Mass., an important new link in our coast-to-coast family of CBS radio network stations. For WNEB listeners starting with this broadcast, a Sunday workout with us, and throughout the week, the listening only the CBS radio network has to offer. Welcome, WNEB Worcester. Next week, a fishing guide who turns out to be a guide to murder. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced by Bruno Zerato Jr., directed by Edward Oates, music supervision by Ethel Huber. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also featured in our cast were Martin Blaine as Earl Poorman, Bill Lipton as Ben, Jim Bowles as the Man. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Art Hanna speaking. History from where it breaks, nightly in The World Tonight on the CBS Radio Network.
This is WROW Music, Albany, New York.
Do you know a new family just moving to your neighborhood? Welcome Wagon would love to welcome them. Welcome Wagon helps all new neighbors to feel welcome and wanted here in the Capital District. Each gracious Welcome Wagon hostess brings baskets of gifts from Tri-City merchants. She brings greetings from the community to these newcomers, answers questions everyone wants to know about the Tri-Cities. You can make sure your new neighbors benefit from Welcome Wagon service. Just call State 59640 and give the Welcome Wagon hostess the name and address of your new neighbors. She'll call on them and present them with a basket of gifts from civic-minded businessmen. You'll be helping your neighbor and your Welcome Wagon hostess who carries on this valuable community service. In the Albany, Troy, Schenectady metropolitan area, call State 59640. That's State 59640 for Welcome Wagon.
Dollar, do you by any chance happen to remember a case you accidentally got yourself involved in just 4 weeks, 3 days, and 13 hours ago?
What?
In the course of which you saved a man's life?
Well, if you're talking about that federal man, the fellow from the Bureau... Wait a minute. Hal?
Yeah.
Hal Leonard.
That's right.
You're okay again.
I sure am. Hale, hearty, and back to normal.
Well, thank goodness for that.
But if you hadn't just happened to walk in from the back room of Becker's print shop that night, Johnny, I'd be pushing up the well-known daisy.
Oh, I don't know about that, Hal.
Well, I do, and I'll be eternally grateful, Johnny.
Oh, forget it.
But you didn't answer my question. Do you remember just what happened that night?
Well, of course. The miracle is that you remember now.
Yeah, I guess it is. Believe me, complete amnesia is nothing to laugh at.
Yeah, the wallop on the head that character gave you must have been a dilly.
One more like it would have killed me. But then you walked in like the U.S. Marines.
Would you forget it?
Forget it, huh?
Sure. I mean, after all, it was just a matter of luck, my being there in the back room of that shop. And all because I had the mistaken idea that Becker was fencing some loot from a burglary job.
Instead, you uncovered his real racket, the one I was investigating.
Well, let's say I stumbled on it.
So, what happens?
I don't know. What happens?
You, one Johnny Dollar, the real hero of that fracas, end up eligible for a nice long prison term.
Well, that's just a matter of... What?
Sure.
Prison term?
That's what I said.
For what?
Possession.
Possession of what?
Of evidence.
Evidence?
Yeah, think now. Weren't you busy packing a lot of the stuff you'd found into the back of your car when you heard him slug me and came barging in on us?
Holy smoke, Hal, you're right.
So, where is it now?
Still in the back of my car.
And you know the penalty for possession, so maybe I better fly up there and take it off your hands.
Oh, I'll be waiting, Hal.
I'll be there.
Okay.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Worldwide Mutual Insurance Company, Home Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of The Takes a Crook matter. So help me, I'd forgotten all about that evidence I'd picked up at Becker's shop. And of course the federal boys would want it, would need it to prosecute their case. The reason I'd forgotten it was because I hadn't used my car for some 4 weeks. All my investigations had been out of town. Well, it would only take Hal a couple of hours to get up from Washington. I could simply meet his plane and... Johnny Dollar.
Les Walters, Johnny, over here at Worldwide Mutual.
Oh, of course. How are you, Les?
You want to take a run over here to see me?
What about?
Well, you ever hear of the Moray Madonna?
The what?
It's a painting, an oil painting, and a pretty famous one.
Oh, sure. It was the Pièce de Résistance in that exhibition over at the Manhart Galleries.
Yeah, that's the one. Painted by Marcel Moray and worth $200,000.
Hal, why anybody would ever pay $200,000 for an impressionistic atrocity like that is something I will never understand.
Well, the point is, friend, somebody did. We insured it to the hilt, and now it's gone.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Can you get on it right away?
Well, almost right away.
Now, what do you mean by that?
Well, Les, I have to stick around for a while to meet one of Uncle Sam's boys coming up from Washington.
Aha, they finally caught up with you. Happy days in the clink.
You know something, Les?
Yeah?
For what I have in my possession, I could be locked up for life.
You're like what, Johnny?
Well, I don't think I'd better go into it. But as soon as he gets here and picks it up...
Well, when'll that be?
Well, according to a timetable, he should pull into the airport around 7:05 p.m.
Well, now, look, I'm working late on this thing, so, Well, in the meantime, why don't you come on over here and let me tell you what I know about this stolen painting?
Good idea. Why not?
Okay, good.
I'm on my way. Well, looks like a busy evening ahead. Instead of calling for a taxi, the usual procedure when I was on expense account, I decided to use my own car. Would give me a chance to make certain that all important evidence in the federal case was still safely locked up in the trunk. Matter of fact, on the way down to my garage, I decided that it might be a better idea to take the stuff out, take it back up to my apartment where I could check it over. Now remember this. It was nearly 5 p.m. of a dark and cloudy day. My unlighted garage is at the back of the apartment building, but faces out toward the sidewalk in the street. And it has one of those quick lift doors on it. There wasn't much in the way of traffic or pedestrians. Here we are. Now, first we make sure the stuff is still in here. Yep, sure is. Now, if I can just pile these stacks together and carry them upstairs in one load. There we are. Ooh, brother, when I think of all the people who would like to get my plans. Hey, wait a minute. Who slammed down the door out there?
Not out there, mister.
What?
I'm right in here. Ah!
It's fun to get your adventure vicariously from programs like yours truly, Johnny Dollar. But you can have the real thing, adventure in far less dangerous form, by joining the Peace Corps. Helping the people of the new and underdeveloped nations of Africa, Asia, and Latin America is an immensely satisfying adventure. The Peace Corps needs qualified teachers, engineers in all fields, and farm experts. If you're interested in a fascinating life, write to Peace Corps, Washington 25, D.C.
Just when I came to, I'm not sure. But as I lay there on the floor of my garage, I wondered for a few minutes if my skull was still in one piece. It was, but there was a very fancy lump on the back of it, and I was so dizzy I could hardly get to my feet. I managed to feel my way to the door, painfully pushed it up and open, And in what little light came across from one of the street lamps, saw just exactly what I expected. The trunk of my car was still open and very, very empty. I must have been hit pretty hard because I passed out again for a few minutes. Then I got up again and staggered around to the front door of my apartment house, though I could barely make out where I was going. I half remembered stuffing something into the pocket of my jacket. Something I'd all the while had tightly clenched in my right hand. In the foyer, I clumsily stumbled against a man who was pushing a doorbell under one of the mailboxes.
Hey, take it easy, old man.
I'm sorry,
Have yourself a little too much... Johnny.
What?
Johnny, what happened to you?
Oh,
here. Let me give you a hand.
Pal.
Yeah. Here now.
Yeah, let it...
Yeah. Say, it looks like somebody really worked you over.
Listen.
Now, you listen. Let's get you upstairs to your apartment and find out what this is all about. Got away with all of it, huh?
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Now, just lie still and take it easy, will you?
Oh, boy. Yeah, sure, Hal.
You, want another little snort of this?
Mm-hmm. Oh, no. All I want is just to lie here and sleep for about 3 weeks, that's all.
Well, you do that while I run this thing down. Now, Johnny, you're sure you didn't get a look at him? Huh?
Oh, Hal, when he yanked the door down behind my back, inside the place was just dark as pitch.
But you left the garage open.
Yeah. And, wait a minute, somewhere in this pants pocket here.
Yeah?
I have the keys to the garage and the keys to my car in case you need it.
Okay. Now, you get some sleep. I'll be back in time to get you some breakfast, if not before.
Oh, thanks, Al. You are a good man. You know something? I think I might have slept for 3 weeks. If it hadn't been for the telephone there beside my bed. You know something else? That darn instrument gets me up and going like nothing else in the world. Johnny Dollar.
Johnny, where under the sun have you been?
Les.
Yeah, that's right, Les Walters. I waited around my office until after 7 o'clock, then I left word with a watchman and came on home. When I still didn't hear from you by, let's see, it's after 10:30. What happened to you anyway?
Oh, plenty, Les. I just couldn't make it.
Well, I hope you can now.
Sure.
Well, look, to save time, instead of coming over here to my place, you go see Mr. Thaddeus Brittingham, the man the painting was stolen from. Now, he can tell you more than I can. Let's see, he lives in apartment 7B at the Selfridge.
The Selfridge?
Yeah, you know, that fancy, big, new apartment building over on the other side of town.
7B?
That's right, 7B. I'll phone him and tell him that you're coming.
Yeah, Les, you do that. But instead of going over to the Selfridge, I ran up item 1. Item 1? At this stage of the game? Anyhow, it's 90 cents for a taxi to a rooming house of a character who calls himself Little Willie. To put it bluntly, Little Willie is a stool pigeon. One of the few that even the police don't know about. And they know most of them. The reason I picked on him was because of his almost uncanny knowledge of art thieves and their activities.
Oh, hiya, Johnny.
Willie, I've got $50 I thought maybe you might find some use for.
Only 100, Johnny? When I've been just sitting here waiting for you to pay me a visit?
Oh, about what?
That Moray Madonna. What else? And ain't it worth 100 if I can tell you where to look?
All right, Willie. 100.
You see, I know there was something up when I seen him sitting there day after day.
Who, Willie? Sitting where?
At that gallery.
The gallery, hmm?
But just looking wasn't enough, I guess. So that's when he took it. Took it home to copy it.
Who, Willie?
And him being one of the best copyers ever lived. Why, Johnny, he could almost fool the artist himself. But listen.
Yeah?
You better get on him pretty fast. He never made a copy unless he had a customer. And with the wad he'll get for a copy of that Madonna, Well, he ain't going to stay around. He'll get out of the country.
Willie.
150, did you say, Johnny? And that painting worth a couple of $100,000?
Okay.
Okay. Old Charlie Starkey.
Charlie Starkey? Out of the pen again,
Yeah.
Where'll I find him, Willie?
He's been renting a room at 324 South Crocus.
Good.
But if he's already finished his copy and made a sale...
Willie, let me worry about that. Item 2, the $150 I mailed in cash to little Willie on the way out of my apartment. I should have waited, because item 3 is $1.70 for a taxi over to another dingy little rooming house at 324 South Crocus. But I got there too late. Yep, old Charlie Starkey, his mission accomplished, had paid off his landlady, a character by the name of Sally Botts, and had taken a powder.
Yeah, he's gone. Not more than a half hour ago.
I see. Well, okay, Mrs. Botts.
And I'll say this, mister. He sure left in a big hurry.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Left all his paint pots and stuff and all his extra clothes behind. Oh, all sorts of stuff.
Oh? Wait a minute.
Yeah? Now what's the matter, mister? Don't you believe me?
Mrs. Botts.
Then look. Looky here. Here's the money that he paid me off with. See?
Okay, but the only thing I want to look at now is... Wait a minute.
What?
That money, let me see that. Just let me have that a minute.
This money?
Yeah, let me see it.
What's the matter with it? You think maybe it's marked or something?
Marked? You bet it is. And Mrs. Botts, you don't know how well.
Hey!
Come along. I want to look at his room. Sure enough, carefully rolled up and parked in a closet where sooner or later it was bound to be discovered, was the Moire Madonna. Okay, part of my job was done. Item 4, another $1.70 for a cab back to my apartment where I stashed the painting away. And then, now, don't try to get ahead of me, ahead of this report, I mean, because it couldn't have been old Charlie Starkey who'd made the attack on me to get the stuff out of the back of my car. He wasn't the type. He wasn't strong enough to have laid me out that way. And the voice I'd heard certainly hadn't been his. But I suddenly remembered that when whoever it was slugged me the first time there in the dark garage, I'd made a grab for him and had torn away part of his clothing. And what I had clutched in my hot little fist was still in the pocket of my jacket. I took a look. It was a small piece of paper, a receipted bill issued to a Mr. Harvey Twiller, a name that didn't mean a thing. But it was a receipt for rental paid for an apartment. And where? At the Selfridge. Then things started adding up. Item 5, $2 for a cab across town to the Selfridge where the uniformed doorman had ideas that didn't quite fit into my plans.
27B, Mr. Brittingham's apartment?
No.
Well, yes, of course, sir, because I know that he's expecting you.
I know he is, but you see...
But I can't let you go up to see Mr. Twiller, who hasn't told me that he's expecting you, unless I call him up and announce you.
Now, look, take a look at my credentials. Here.
Special investigator?
That's right.
Well, I suppose that does make it a little different, sir.
So where is he?
But are you sure I hadn't better announce you first?
Yes, I'm quite sure. Well?
Very well, sir. He's in 5A.
Okay.
Come in. It's open. Come on in.
Well, Scotty Bagney.
You're surprised, Dollar? That means my alias Harvey Twiller did fool you.
Did it, Scotty?
Well, it must have, mustn't it? Or you'd be the one holding a gun instead of me.
So you're out of the pen, too, hmm?
For quite a while now, Dollar. Quite a while.
I knew I should have recognized your voice there in my garage.
Ah. When I saw you here at the door just now, I thought you had. That you'd seen through my alias. But now, since I do hold this gun on you, I suggest that you come in, close the door, and carefully remove your own gun and drop it on the floor.
I suppose I haven't any choice, have I?
None whatsoever. That's the good lad. Now, kick it over here. Thank you. Now, sit down, please.
Why not? But tell me, Scotty.
How I happen to know what you had in the trunk of your car?
Mm-hmm.
I heard about the job in Becker's print shop, so I've been tailing you. And since I occasionally have need of that sort of thing that you had in your car trunk, I belted you and purloined it, as we say in the trade. I'm sorry, though, that you found me.
Oh, you should be.
Well, you misunderstand me. I mean, because I've got to kill you now, Dollar. Now.
Don't, Scotty.
Hal.
Drop the gun.
Very well. Who are you, sir?
Well, so you found him first, huh, Johnny?
Oh, I'm mighty glad you did too, Hal, but how come?
There's prints on the door of your garage. Here's your gun.
Thanks.
I got an ID on the prints. The local police steered me to a couple of stoolies who knew about them, and here I am. You found the stuff?
No.
Nor will he, my friend. You see, I made a little purchase with it, with most of it, that is.
Purchase?
Don't you get it, Hal?
I'm afraid not.
The painting.
The Moray Madonna?
Or rather, a copy of it.
Copy? What are you talking about?
One of the oldest gags in the world. You see, Bagney here somehow got next to another old crook by the name of Charlie Starkey.
Yes, I met him in prison. But what do you mean when you said that the painting I have...
Hold it, Scotty, and listen.
Yeah, very well.
Now, go on, Johnny.
He found out, of course, that Charlie had been sent up for stealing fine artworks, that he knew his stuff and was one of the best.
Until he got caught.
Yes.
But, go on.
What Scotty didn't learn, though, was that old Charlie was not only an artist himself, but a copyist. As good as they come.
A copyist?
So here was the deal, and you can call me on it if I'm wrong, Scotty.
Well, no, listen, please.
Just shut up, Scotty. Go on, Johnny.
Scotty, with his fancy manners and good clothes, was a pretty successful fence for good artwork. He always knew enough of the spoiled, filthy rich who'd buy, even though they realized the stuff was stolen. And when he learned that old Charlie was a master at lifting such things, well, he just couldn't wait to team up with him and get hold of the Moray Madonna. What he didn't know, though, was that Charlie was more of a nut than a crook. That he'd only steal the stuff long enough to take it home and copy it.
$1.
No kidding. And later, he'd sneak it back. Or just let it be found somewhere. Meantime, of course, he'd pass on the copy for a price to a sucker like Scotty here.
Oh, I don't believe it. Dollar, look at the painting. It's there in the closet.
You admit you have it.
Well, now you've tagged me. You'd find it anyway, so go ahead. It's there in the closet.
You mean the copy is?
No. The original. It has to be. Don't you see, I already made a deal to sell it to a millionaire down in New York. Well, go on, look at it.
I don't need to, Scotty. The original is locked up in my apartment.
It can't be.
And it is the original. So that is that.
Okay, good work, Johnny. You've done your job, but now what about mine? Where is the evidence from that operation in the printing shop that I came to get from it?
Oh, that'll show up, Hal.
And that's what I'm afraid of, in dribs and drabs all over the country.
Oh, no, I mean right here.
What?
Sure, thanks to our good friend Scotty.
Thanks to me?
I'm afraid I don't get it, Johnny.
Well, I'm sure that I don't.
I'm only surprised it hasn't already shown up. Oh, wait a minute, maybe some of it is right here now.
What?
Why don't you take a look through Scotty's pockets? He said that most of it went for the painting, not all. In that case... Now, be quiet, both of you. Over here with me, Hal, but keep that gun on him.
Right.
Scotty, don't move.
Don't worry.
Come in, it's open. Come in.
Scotty, you crook. This money you gave me for the painting. Look at it.
There's your evidence, Hal.
What's the matter with it?
What's the matter? It's counterfeit, that's what it is.
Counterfeit?
Look at it, all of it. Counterfeit, phony.
Just like the painting you sold him, Charlie.
What? Who are you?
You'd be surprised, my friend.
Now, don't move, either of you. Thanks, Johnny.
Yep, there it is, Hal, your evidence.
Yeah?
Except for whatever Scotty may have held out for himself. It's kind of a quadruple play, wouldn't you call it? Dollar to Scotty, to Charlie, to you. Happy now?
Real happy.
It's kind of a complicated mess, I know. But the painting is back to its owner. The counterfeit money is recovered. I'm in the clear with Uncle Sam. And all is well. Expense account total? Why not just pay me the commission on that lovely Madonna? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a couple of sweet little old men. Real characters. Especially one of them. The killer. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is written by Jack Johnstone. Produced and directed by Bruno Zerato, Jr. Music supervision by Ethel Huber. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also featured in our cast were Martin Blaine as Hal Leonard, Ralph Bell as Scotty Bagney, Jack Grimes as Les Walters, Leora Thatcher as Mrs. Botts, Bill Kramer as Little Willie, Guy Repp as the doorman, and Louis Van Ruten as Charlie Starkey. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Art Hanna speaking. Where songs are king, hear Richard Hayes sing weeknights on the CBS Radio Network.
At the crossroads of the Empire State, this is WROW Music, Albany.
Hello, I'm Beaven Horn, one of your welcome wagon hostesses in Colony.
Johnny Dollar.
Pete Brenneman, Johnny, out here in Las Vegas.
Brenneman, Western Maritime and Life?
That's right.
How are you, Pete?
Busy, Johnny. Checking over a set of plane schedules.
About to have yourself a spring vacation? Where are you headed for, Pete?
I'm not.
Oh, no?
You are.
I am?
Yep.
Well, thanks for telling me.
Now, the way I figure it, if you pull out of Hartford about 9 p.m., your time, that's a couple of hours from now.
Well, now, Pete,
I take a jet out of New York at 11:15. Well, in spite of another change you'll have to make in Los Angeles, you ought to be here in Vegas in plenty of time for breakfast.
I should, hmm?
That's the way I figure it.
You mind telling me what it's all about?
Not a bit, Johnny, not a bit.
Go ahead.
One of our clients out here, a young fellow by the name of Harvey Skillman. Straight life policy for $62,000.
Yeah, what's happened to him, Pete?
Dead. Poison.
I'll be there.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator,
yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Western Maritime and Life Insurance Company, Las Vegas office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the 2 Steps to Murder matter. Expense account item 1. $6 for a cab to Bradley Field. Item 2. $193.49 plane fare, Hartford to New York to Los Angeles to Las Vegas, Nevada. As Pete Brenneman had promised, I got there in time for breakfast. A very early one. He met me at McCarran Field and drove me into the Silver Dollar Cafe just around the corner from his office on Fremont Street.
Okay, now, Johnny, let me, what's the matter?
I just don't get it, Pete.
Don't get what?
That sweet little old lady. She looks like somebody's Sunday school teacher. Right there by the front door, and at this time of the morning.
Judging by that pile of quarters next to her, I'd say she hit the jackpot a couple of hours ago and is just busy putting them all back.
Pete, isn't there a single building in this town that hasn't got slot machines in it?
Oh, I've heard tell the churches don't have any, but come to think of it, I guess they're about all.
With all the casinos up and down the street and at the fancy hotels out on the strip going 24 hours a day. Does anybody do anything around here besides gamble?
Are you kidding? We're right in the middle of some pretty important ranching and mining country.
Oh? Now, what about this Harvey Skillman that you mentioned on the phone? I thought you were in a hurry for me to get on it.
Well, I was. I am. But, Johnny, I just talked again to Sergeant Kiley over at headquarters. He says you come out here for nothing.
Oh? Why?
Well, the minute Doc Porter, he's the police medical, found out Harvey'd been poisoned.
What sort of poison, Pete?
Well, it's called penorphin alkylate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, real deadly stuff.
Yes, I know. A teaspoonful of that would kill a man in seconds. But, Pete...
And Doc found some of it, some residue, in the bottom of the coffee cup Harv had just used. He was a great coffee drinker.
Pete?
And then what did Sergeant Carley find in the sugar bowl? It was loaded with the stuff. Almost as much of those white crystals of it as there was sugar. So naturally, everybody shouted murder.
Now, wait a minute, Pete.
Yeah?
From what I know of Panorphin alkali...
Yeah, that's exactly what finally hit Doc Porter. Because the way he explained that stuff to me, the taste of it...
Now, could this Harvey Skillman have been plastered to the gills when he drank the coffee containing it?
No, sir. Harv never touched the stuff.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Johnny, there isn't anybody in this town knew Harv Skillman as well as I did. He used to work for me, selling insurance. I tell you, Johnny...
Wait a minute. Now, we're getting away from the point. The Panorphin alkylate.
And I say that if you're thinking what Doc Porter thinks now, you're all wrong.
Pete, listen to me.
No, sir, Johnny.
Don't you see, Pete? Enough in a cup of coffee would be so bitter that nobody in his right mind would ever swallow enough to kill him. He'd spit it out, throw the rest away.
I know. That's what Doc Porter says.
In other words, he must have taken that poison deliberately. Committed suicide.
That's what the doc says, too, but he's wrong. You're both wrong, Johnny.
Look, Pete...
I tell you, I knew Harv Skillman. Knew all about it, and I'm sure, Johnny, that he wouldn't have committed suicide.
But he must have.
No. And what's more, Johnny, you've got to prove he didn't.
Pete, from what you've told me...
No, I'm telling you, Johnny, Harv Skillman did not commit suicide.
All right, don't blow a gasket over it.
Oh, why not? Look, why do you suppose I sent for you?
I'm beginning to wonder.
Because you're the one person I thought would believe me. Would try to do something about this.
Pete, I'd be glad to if I thought there was one single thing...
Okay, Johnny. Just let me tell you why I'm so sure of Harv. Why I'm so absolutely sure the police and Doc Porter must be wrong.
I wish you would.
When I'm finished, all I ask is that you do something about it. That at least you'll try to prove he didn't kill himself. So at least will you listen to me, Johnny?
Go ahead, Pete, go ahead. But it better be good.
Douglas Edwards here, part of a continuing sound picture that includes many persons and personalities.
This is Dimension in England. Alexander Kendrick reporting.
Israel's night, Tony. I sing with Bing. I sing with Bing every weekday.
This is Peter Kalisher in Tokyo for CBS News.
This is Art Linkletter and our guests and our kids on the house party each weekday morning right here.
This is Dimension on the lighter side of the news. Larry Lasser reporting with another edition of Quotes of the Week.
This is CBS Radio's Jerry Coleman inviting you to be with me on this station throughout your weekend for Coleman on Sports.
Gary Moore.
Yes, Derwent Kirby.
This is Dimension in Central Europe. Daniel Shaw reporting.
This is Arthur Godfrey, and we're really going this year.
Hello, everybody. This is Lowell Thomas. There's a sound difference when you're dialed to a CBS radio network station in news, in entertainment, in Dimension.
Okay, Harv was only 31 years old. Not too healthy a guy, but okay. Like I said, he worked for me in the office selling insurance until he hit it lucky one night.
Lucky? How do you mean, Pete?
At one of the crap tables at one of the casinos here in town, Harv threw those dice for 21 straight passes, and he ran a sawbuck up to $44,000.
I hope he had sense enough to quit then.
Sure he did. He also quit his job. You know why?
Why?
Because of his kid sister, Mary. And Johnny, she's about the nicest, finest, prettiest, most pathetic gal you ever saw.
Pathetic, Pete?
Yeah, and the most unselfish girl I ever knew. A nurse. A good one. Spend all her time, every bit of it, helping other folks who couldn't help themselves. But then, Johnny, about a year and a half ago, she came down with some kind of a crippling bone disease that nobody thought she'd ever recover from. But the minute Harv got hold of that money, with that and all his savings, he took her straight to the Mayo Clinic back in Rochester, Minnesota.
Can't think of a better place.
And when they'd done all they could, he took her east to some high-priced man in New York.
Good for him.
And now she's going to recover, Johnny. She's going to be as good as new.
Wonderful.
It's going to take another year, maybe, in that expensive hospital and all, but she's going to be all right, thanks to Harv.
I can see why you liked him, Pete.
Sure. The only trouble was that, well, Harv began to run low on money, so he came on back here.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he thought he could run up another big killing. But all for her, mind you.
Well, wouldn't the people that she'd been so good to help her financially?
No, Johnny. Harv felt he had to do it all himself. But he promptly lost everything he'd had left, excepting his insurance. So if anything happened to him, he could be sure that she'd be taken care of.
Couldn't he have borrowed against the insurance?
Yeah, we would have reduced the principal too much, in case something did happen to him.
Oh, that's true.
Okay, so he came on back to work for me, and I helped him all I could. Kept giving him all my best prospects. And by living cheaply and all that, Harv managed to save a lot of money again.
Mm-hmm.
But that's when Lippy Lorenzo lowered the boom.
Lippy Lorenzo?
Yep.
Used to be one of Capone's hoods out in Chicago.
That's the one. He came out here and retired on a little ranch out north of town. Spends his time growing flowers in a cactus garden.
Isn't he one of the people reputed to have muscled in on some of the big casinos around here?
Let's say rumored. These casinos are pretty clean, Johnny. They have to be.
Yeah, I guess so.
Anyhow, Harv confided to me that Lippy had something on him. Enough to blackmail him for everything he had.
Did he tell you what it was?
Nope.
Oh, Pete, if he was ever mixed up with Lippy Lorenzo, I'm afraid my sympathy for him has chilled slightly.
Johnny Harv swore to me that he'd paid his debt to society and then some. And I believed him. I still do. What's more, it was his sister Mary that he was living and working for. And I mean working. But he knew he had to settle things once and for all with Lorenzo.
Settle with him how?
With a deck of cards.
How do you mean, Pete?
Lippy knew. Don't ask me how. Lippy knew that Harv had something over 10,000, so that's what he was demanding. But Harv knew what a gambler Lippy is, and if he could get Lippy into a double or nothing, trust the deck for high cards.
Must have been crazy, Pete.
I know. I tried to talk him out of it. I told him that if he won, Lippy would probably pay him off all right. But his life wouldn't be worth a nickel.
Of course.
But he went out to Lippy's place, went through with it. And Johnny, Harv did win the cut. And Lippy paid off.
And then?
Well, Harv stopped by the office to tell me about it, to say that he was going to pack up and take that money to New York for Mary.
But you think Lippy got to him before he could?
Police thought so too, Johnny. When I called him over there, and they found he'd been poisoned. But then when Doc Porter came along and found it was from that Penorphin alkylate in his coffee, something he couldn't have helped but notice. Anyhow, Doc said he must have taken it deliberately, and the police agreed with him.
But why would he do that?
You know what they said?
What?
To make it look as though Lippy had done it to him, so his insurance would have to be paid, and there'd be all that money for his sister. Much more than he'd won from Lippy. He was living his whole life for Mary, so they claimed he was willing to die for her.
But Harv, an insurance man?
What?
Pete, if he was half as smart as you seem to think, he knew darned well that even a suspicion of suicide might keep his sister from getting a penny.
Right, Johnny. And thank goodness you're coming around to my way of thinking now.
Just the same, Pete.
I want her to have that money. She needs it. She deserves it. And she'll get it too, Johnny, unless Doc Porter puts that one word, suicide, on Harv's death certificate.
But unless he was drunk or doped before he started drinking that poisoned cup of coffee. Did anybody see him just before it happened?
I did, Johnny. There at his apartment.
You did?
I drove him over from the office to help him pack up for the trip east. And then I was going to drive him out to the airport.
Was there any sign that anybody else had been there at his place?
No. The front door was unlocked, though.
It was?
But he told me that he often forgot to lock it.
But somebody could have got in without any trouble.
Anybody. Including Lippy Lorenzo, the one man who wanted him out of the way. And the one man, Johnny, who'd be smart enough not to go after the money Harv took from him. Just Harv.
So what happened?
So while he packed, he poured us both some coffee. Like I said, he was a fiend for it. Kept a pot of it going all the time.
And you drank yours without any ill effect?
Because, thank the good Lord, I never used sugar in mine. The point is, though, Johnny, Harv wasn't drunk. He wasn't doped. He was perfectly okay until he put in the sugar with that poison in it and drank that cup of coffee.
But the fact still remains, Pete, and there's all the more reason for it if he liked his coffee sweet.
I know, Johnny, I know. The bitter taste would have given that poison away.
Right, he'd have had to notice it.
So like the doc says, it would have had to be suicide. But, Johnny, believe me, Johnny.
Wait 1 minute.
Yeah?
Come on, let's go over to your office where I can put in a long-distance call.
Yeah, Johnny?
I could be wrong. It's a chance. A long one, but maybe, Pete. Maybe we can find the answer to this. Come on.
You feel better about smoking with the taste of Kent. With the micronite filter. Refines away harsh flavor. Refines away hot taste. It makes the taste of a cigarette mild as a balmy day in the month of May. Kent is the best for the flavor you like. Kent is the best for the flavor you like. Refines away harsh flavor. Refines away hot taste. It makes the taste of a cigarette mild as a balmy day in the month of May. Kent is the best. Kent with the micronite filter. Kent is the best. Kent with the micronite filter. Kent is the best. You feel better about smoking with the taste of Kent. Kent with the micronite filter. Refines away harsh flavor. Refines away hot taste.
Lawyer, physicist, you name it, has to know a lot about one particular thing. But in a job like mine, it's important to know a little about a lot of things. And sometimes even more important to know what pros do know the most about certain things and where to contact them. And that's why my long-distance call from there in Pete Brenneman's insurance office was to an old, highly respected friend of mine, Dr. Les Crutcher, in Sarasota, Florida. Not only because of Doc's deep interest in forensic medicine, but the fact that he'd spent many years in the study of strange and exotic plants and herbs. I mean the kind the witch doctors often used on their half-savage patients in the jungles, the kind that educated people sneered at. Until medical men came along and found that some of them had curative value. Things like digitalis, the heart stimulant from the foxglove flower, and quinine from cinchona bark, strychnia from the St. Ignatius bean, belladonna from the root of the deadly nightshade. And Crutcher knows as much about them as any man alive.
Johnny, nice to hear from you again. You here in Sarasota?
No, sir.
Well, if so, I hope you'll drop in for a little visit. I always thoroughly enjoy talking with you.
Well, thank you, Doc, but I'm out here in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Las Vegas? That wild, wide-open gambling town?
Well, it isn't quite as bad as that, Doc.
Haven't seen you since the day here in my office when you acted like a spoiled young brat.
I know.
Because a glass full of medicine I wanted you to take didn't taste very good. Was slightly bitter.
But I did take it, Doc. And I didn't taste it. Don't you remember? The first swallow of it made me feel worse than I had before, so instead of forcing the rest of it on me...
Force it on you? A timid little old man like me force something onto a husky young buck like you?
Well, the point is, you brewed me a cup of, a kind of a cup of tea, Doc. It didn't taste very good, but then it wasn't too bad either.
Oh, yes, I remember.
Then, a few minutes later, you gave me the glass full of the medicine again, and I drank it down without a whimper.
Because you couldn't taste it then.
I couldn't taste very well for hours.
Yes, that so-called tea is an old trade secret of mine.
What was it, Doc?
Well, I'll tell you, Johnny.
And is it something that could be mixed into something else, like strong coffee, without being noticed?
Oh, yes, indeed. It was simply an infusion of a plant from the Asclepiadaceae.
The what?
Same family as the milkweed. The specific plant is called Gymnema sylvestra.
Gymnema?
Sylvestra.
Okay.
I found the South African species to be the most effective. It has symppetalous flowers arranged in umbels. Well, you know.
Oh, yeah, yes, of course. Tell me, Doc, where can I get a complete description of it? Maybe even see a picture of it.
Well, an old colleague of mine, Dr. Raymond Atherton Coberly, out there on the coast at UCLA, might even be able to show you a living plan.
Okay, Doc. Thanks very much.
Oh, and Johnny.
Yes, sir?
You'd never guess where I first came across it.
Where, Doc?
When I was doing some work for the Chicago police some years ago.
Chicago?
A wayward doctor who helped to patch up the boys in Al Capone's gang.
Oh?
Seems he'd brew it up for one of the killers in that mob who'd then commit a murder in 2 definite steps.
2 steps? Go on.
Before giving his victim a drink full of some rank poison, he'd give him one loaded with this gymnamic acid.
Doc?
You see, it temporarily destroys taste sensitivity to both very bitter and very sweet things.
That killer, Doc, was his name Lippy Lorenzo?
No, it was Willie something.
But Lippy would have known about it. All right, Doc, thanks. I think you've just helped me solve a murder. Item 3 is 3140 and covers a plane to Los Angeles and a cab to UCLA's medical center. And there, Crutcher's friend, Dr. Coberly, proudly presented me with a specimen of the Gymnema sylvestre plant.
Yes, it's one of the most successful in my exotic collection, Mr. Dollar.
I'm glad you had it, sir.
But whether it can be grown out in the dry air of the desert, Mr. Dollar...
Well, wouldn't the dried-up leaves of it be just as potent as fresh ones, Dr. Coberly?
Possibly. In which form do you plan to use it, huh?
Oh, I don't.
Huh?
But I think somebody else did.
Oh, you do? You do?
Yes, sir.
But who besides a man like Crutcher would know about it?
A killer. Item 4, another 3140 for the trip back to Vegas. Item 5, the usual $50 deposit on a rental car. Then, after a brief stop at police headquarters, I drove north to the little ranch I'd heard about. But I wasn't exactly alone.
Dollar, did you say?
That's right, Lippy. I'm Johnny Dollar.
Yeah, the big shot insurance detective, eh?
Well...
I sure don't get it, what you're doing around here.
Oh, you don't, hmm?
Look, you or anybody else ain't got a thing on me, Dollar. So you don't bother me one bit. So come on in, let's have a drink, and you can tell me what's on your mind, eh?
Why not?
Just don't try to make no trouble, is all. Because all I'm doing out here is, well, didn't you see that pretty cactus garden I got out front?
Oh, I saw that, all right. What I didn't see, though, is... Well.
Yeah, what's well?
Right here in this vase. This kind of a dried-up milkweed.
Yeah?
Only it isn't.
What do you mean it isn't? But it's pretty, ain't it?
Pretty? Or a good idea for covering a murder?
What are you talking about, eh?
When Harvey Skillman came out here to settle up with you.
Now, what's that to you?
You gave him a drink. A good, strong cup of coffee, maybe.
So what? He practically lives on coffee. So what's the matter if I did?
When you made it, you put in the leaves of this Gymnema sylvestre plant in order to numb his sense of taste.
Now, listen, Dollar.
That was the one way you could be sure he'd never taste the poison, the panorphin alkylate that you later put into the sugar bowl at his apartment.
Oh, you're pretty smart, huh?
And the result? The police would think he committed suicide.
That's right, they would. And they do. And they're never going to think otherwise, Dollar, because you ain't going to be around to tell them otherwise. You see this?
Complete with an old-fashioned silencer, hmm? All right, you better come in and take a look at this, Sergeant.
That old gag, eh?
Is it?
So's I'll turn around to look and you'll have a chance to jump me. Well, it won't work, Dollar, and I'm drilling you right now.
Don't bother, Lippy.
Hey, it is a cop.
That's right. Now, drop the gun gently. Or shall I pull this trigger?
Did you hear enough, Sergeant Kiley?
Plenty, Mr. Dollar.
All right, then while you take care of Lippy, I'll call your Dr. Porter about how to fill out the death certificate on Harvey Skillman. So, it's just the way you want it, Pete. The company will have to pay the insurance to Mary Skillman, $62,000. Expense account total, $511.80. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. here is our star to tell you about next week's story. Next week, one of the most clever devices for murder that I ever saw. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato Jr., music supervision by Ethel Huber, sound patterns by Joseph Cabibbo. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also featured in our cast were Jim Stevens as Pete Brenneman, John Griggs as Dr. Crutcher, Bill Smith as Dr. Corberly, Lawson Zerby as Lippy Lorenzo, and Bill Lipton as the police sergeant.
Johnny Dollar.
By golly, I knew you'd still be down there in San Diego.
Willie?
Right, Johnny. Will Burnett. You don't want to leave without a crack at some of our famous Southern California fishing.
Well, you're right, Willie.
Well,
but I'm
you're
afraid...
in luck. This Ted Pfluger
Pfluger?
lives on Emerald Bay in Laguna Beach. Knows more about fishing this coastline than any man alive. So, when he called and said he understood you were out here, I fixed you up.
You fixed me up on the expense account?
Sure.
Just fishing?
Right. Oh, there's one little thing you might ask him about.
Yes, Willie.
Bernard W. Bessem.
Bernard W. Bessem. Who is he?
Well, he's a client of ours. Big appliance dealer.
Mm-hmm. And what about him, Will?
Ask Pfluger. Ask Ted. And have a ball, Johnny.
Willie?
Yeah?
Ask him what about this man Bessem?
You ask him, Johnny, if he thinks that Bessem
Yeah?
is still alive.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator,
yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
This ever happened to you? You're driving down a long highway or working late, and then monotony makes you feel drowsy. Perk up with No-Dose. No-Dose keeps you alert with the same safe refresher found in coffee. Yet No-Dose is faster, handier, more reliable, absolutely not habit-forming. The safe way to stay alert without harmful stimulants. No-Dose.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Trinity Mutual Insurance Company, Los Angeles office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Rildo matter. Expense account item 1. $4.10 for a tank full of gas on a rental car. Half an hour later, I pulled in at Ted Pfluger's place on Emerald Bay in Laguna. And what a spot that is. A semicircular, natural bay of clear, clean water, surrounded by fine homes, nice gardens, plenty of trees, and with a view over the Pacific second to none. Pfluger is in his late 50s, I'd say, and one of those outwardly gruff individuals with a heart of gold.
Here now, Johnny. You think we can get all this stuff in the back of your car?
Well, we can certainly try. Got enough tackle there for half a dozen fishermen.
Maybe we'll need it. There. Now, shall we take off?
Okay, by me. Now, as I said to you when I pulled in, Ted.
Yeah?
Will Burnett told me to ask you about this fellow Bessem.
Just start her up, Johnny, and head north.
Ted?
Stick to the coast highway until we get to Balboa. My boat's ready and waiting.
You're not talking, Okay. We'll play it your way for now.
I'd appreciate that, Johnny.
You know, Ted, knowing nothing about a case is somewhat of a handicap. But sooner or later, Ted, you'll have to open up. I knew darn well that he was giving me a runaround, but all Ted would talk about was fishing. And he knew his stuff. Not only about the California coast, but most of Mexico as well. What to catch, and how, and when, and where to catch them. But then as we passed through the little town of Lone Star Beach,
That's quite a building for a small town like this, wouldn't you say, Johnny?
Means the big one there on the corner.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Bessem and Associates. Bessem. Aha.
Big appliance house for all this part of the coast. You ever hear of him?
Oh, sure. Bessem's the guy that Willie Burnett at Trinity Mutual mentioned. Bernard W. Bessem. Uh-oh. Red light. Well, look at that gorgeous doll.
What gorgeous? Oh, the girl in the convertible? Her face is familiar.
Sure it is, Ted. That's the kind of face that you see above the neck of every beautiful girl. What's she doing in front of Bessem Appliances? Shilling for the joint?
Mister, you'd oblige me more if you'd stare at your watch a minute and tell me the right time.
Oh, it's, 10 minutes to 3. Anything else you'd like to know?
No, but there's something else you ought to know.
What's that?
The lights change.
Very funny. I tell you, there ought to be a law.
What kind?
A minimum standard for investigators, Ted. A girl that pretty involved in every case. Wonder what she calls herself. Oh, well. Now, tell me about Bernard W. Bessem. What's happened to him?
Good man, Barney Bessem. Known him for years.
What about him, Ted?
A real fine fella. But those partners of his, the Rildo brothers, Tony and Joe, a couple of sharpies, Johnny, real sharpies.
Oh? Well, tell me, what's up, Ted?
And you know how they made their money? And when? Running liquor up from Mexico during Prohibition. They were only kids in those days. Bad kids.
Mm-hmm. And what about them?
I never have trusted them. Never will. And why Barney Bessem did, I'll never know. They'd do anything, Johnny, anything to get his share of the business away from him.
What's happened to Bessem, Ted?
Well, I tried to call him on the phone this morning to see if he'd join us.
Yeah?
He wasn't there, John. He wasn't in his office either.
Oh? You suspect that...
Another thing...
Yes, Tim?
He didn't show for a poker game I'd arranged for last night like he was supposed to.
I see.
Didn't answer his phone then either when I tried to find out why.
Ted, if you're leading up to what I think you are... Well?
Yeah, I guess I am.
Okay, then.
Okay, so let's go fishing.
Now, wait a minute, Ted. If something has happened to this man...
Keep driving, Johnny.
If you know something about it, if you've got some kind of a lead on
We're
it...
going fishing.
All right, Ted. You're the boss. Only what's out there besides fish?
Johnny, I'm afraid to find out.
At a private dock on Balboa Bay, a Mexican dockhand helped us pile our stuff into one of the sweetest little fishing craft I ever saw. It was a 21-foot lapstrake job with a couple of 75-horse electromatic outboards, windshield, convertible top, the whole works.
That's for comfort. Sometimes it gets pretty rough out there.
When I saw the tackle that was already stowed aboard, I wondered why Ted had bothered bringing any more along.
Never know what we may run into out there, Johnny. Besides, I like to show off my fancy tackle.
Yeah? I also still wondered if we really were going out after fish.
Got all of it, Manuel?
All except this one more tackle box, Senor Kruger. Here, I hand it to you.
Right, I got it.
But I am so surprised to see you go out again today, Senor.
Oh?
You are, huh?
See? You come in so late last night. It was so long after dark.
Well, I kind of got held up out there.
Oh? A big fish, maybe, eh, Senor?
Yeah, something like that. Okay, Manuel. Cast us off.
Hey, Senor.
So you were out yesterday, huh, Ted?
That's right.
And not just to go fishing, maybe, Now tell me.
You'll see, Johnny. When the tide gets low, you'll see.
It was obvious Ted had some reason for being evasive. Okay, if that's the way he wanted it, that's the way it would be. Once out of the bay, we headed south and west. Believe me, that hull with those two motors was a real traveler. In less than an hour, we pulled up on the lee side of San Clemente Island. And, brother, what fishing. Yellowtail, mad fighting monsters. Then albacore up to 30 pounds. A couple of barn door halibut, too, that weighed in at over 40 pounds. Finally, at dusk, Ted started the motors again, and we headed back toward the mainland, but toward a spot somewhat south of Balboa.
Just one more stop now, Johnny. And you see the reason? The reason we've been wasting so much time in the deep water?
Wasting time with a catch like this?
I've been waiting for the tide to get all the way down.
You have?
Yeah.
Well, why? Oh, Ted, come on now. Let's dispense with all this suspense and get down to cases.
Okay, Johnny. Last night, when I got to the place we're heading for, it was almost as dark as it is now, and the sea was building up pretty fast, getting pretty rough.
Yeah?
But visibility was still fairly good. And I saw the boat that was drifting there and the people who were in it and what they were doing. But they didn't see me. I don't think they did. I hope not.
Oh, wait a minute. Is this your friend Besson and the Rildo brothers?
I have to be sure, Johnny. Have to be sure. That's the reason for going back there again at low tide. Under that seat you're sitting on, you'll find a couple of big gang hooks. They're almost like a little grappling iron.
Now, wait a minute. Yeah, I got them.
Then rig one of them onto that heavy rod with a heavy line, the 100-pound test. And I hope it's strong enough.
So that's it.
Yeah, Johnny, that's it.
It was in nearly total darkness that we hove to alongside a huge bed of seaweed, of kelp. Ted put on the running lights, then carefully steered the boat around the edge of it, very slowly, almost as though he were feeling his way.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure of it. And the tide has to be low enough for what we have to do. Yeah.
Ted, tell me just one thing.
Now, Johnny, drop that hook over. Go ahead.
Fine.
All the way down along the edge of the kelp so it doesn't catch on it.
Maybe you say. Once or twice, Ted kicked the motors over to keep us in close. With a waterproof electric lantern, he kept looking over the side, down into the water. By now, of course, it was perfectly obvious what we were fishing for. A couple of times, the gang hook snagged on a piece of kelp, and I had to clear it. Then it hung up again, this time for sure.
Easy, Johnny, easy. Don't try to horse it in. Don't force it.
Don't worry. Wait a minute now. Here it comes. No, stuck again. I'm hung on. I think that... No. Wait a minute, now it's coming.
Gently, Johnny, please.
Yeah, it's coming up easily now.
Oh. Then maybe it was only kelp. Only a piece of...
Ted.
Yeah.
Cloth. Piece of a man's jacket.
The one Barney was wearing.
While Ted Pfluger threw an anchor over the side, then pulled the line up tight and gave it a turn around a cleat so we'd hold our position, I stripped to my shorts and went in over the side. I guess I don't have to tell you that the body I found down there, heavily weighted with lead, was that of Barney Besson. Even in the dim, eerie light from the waterproof lamp I carried, it was all too plain that he'd been badly beaten. Carefully, then, we hauled him on board and gently covered him with a tarp.
Yeah, Johnny. It was those crooked partners of his, Joe and Tony Rildo. I saw them out here. I know their boat. That inboard of theirs. Even though it was almost as dark as it is now, I knew what it was they were throwing overboard. Who it was.
Ted.
What could I do against the two of them? And they always carry a high-powered rifle on their boat. In case of sharks, they say. And it was too late. They'd already killed him.
Didn't you notify the Coast Guard or the police?
Try to lead them out here at night to a place I could barely find at dusk? I had to be sure, Johnny, absolutely sure. And the tide was low enough to find the spot.
Yeah. How about the Rildo brothers, Ted? Do you know where to find them now?
I'll find them, Johnny. Don't you ever worry about that.
Of course, one thing, though, it'll be your word against theirs.
But I know they did it.
And I know they'll deny it. What's more, if they know that you know, and if they're as tough as you say they are, if they are killers...
Doesn't this prove it?
All right, let's haul up, Hank. Wait a minute.
Johnny, look.
Yeah, I see it. The boat's bearing down on us.
And there's spotlight on us. Then they do know that I know. Get up the anchor, quick.
We don't have time for that, Ted. You got a gun on board?
Only a 22.
Where is it?
Up forward.
All right. If I can find it, at least we'll be able to make some kind of a showing in case... Oh, here it is. I hope it's loaded.
Yeah, Johnny, it's loaded. But they're getting close.
All right, kill the running lights.
No use. With that spotlight of theirs, they can't miss. We're like sitting ducks. And with that high-powered rifle they have... Look, here they come.
All right, Ted. All we can do is wait and pray a little.
Want to give up strong-tasting cigarettes?
Treat your taste kindly with Kent.
Want to give up harsh-tasting cigarettes?
Treat your taste kindly with Kent.
Want to give up rough-tasting cigarettes?
Treat your taste kindly with Kent. Smoke Kent, the micronite filter cigarette.
Yes, Kent, the cigarette that made the filter famous. Lets you get away from cigarettes that sometimes taste too strong, too harsh, too rough. Because Kent, with the micronite filter, refines away harsh flavor, refines away rough taste for the mildest taste of all. If you want to get away from strong, harsh-tasting cigarettes, change to Kent. Remember, the finer the filter, the milder the taste.
Treat your taste kindly with Kent. Smoke Kent, the micronite filter cigarette.
Exactly what Pfluger had said, sitting ducks in that boat of his, as we waited to make contact directly above the kelp bed where we'd found Barney Besson's body, with that big craft bearing down on us. The big inboard roared up, cut its engine, then quickly drifted over to us, the powerful spotlight still full in our faces.
This is it, Johnny.
Hello there!
What? Yeah. It's the girl from downtown.
Johnny, look, it's that girl from in front of Besson's.
Having trouble, boys?
Johnny, we're okay. It's not the Rildos.
That isn't their boat, are you sure?
No, thank heaven. Hello, miss.
Oh, aren't you two the same ones I saw in your car this morning? Don't tell me you're still fishing out here. Look, excuse me, I should have turned off this spotlight. There, is that better?
I told you every case should have a beautiful woman, Ted. Much better, thank you. How come you suddenly appear out of the night? What's your name?
Molly Boyle. So glad I saw your light. Is there any gas to spare? I know it's outboard, Nick, but maybe it'll get me back to shore.
Well, sure. Glad to give you some, Miss Boyle.
Toss me a line, huh?
Right, you are. Here now.
Good. Thanks.
Now, let's see if I can pry loose this extra can of gas I always carry.
I'll be glad to pour for you, Molly.
Hey, who are you? You're cute even if you do stare.
Thank you, ma'am. My name is Dollar.
Johnny Dollar?
That's right.
Well, how exciting. Johnny Dollar, Ted Pfluger, I'd like you to meet a couple of boyfriends of mine.
Boyfriends? Where?
Right here, Mr.
Tony.
And you better drop that pea shooter, Dollar.
Tony Rildo.
That thing you're toting, I guess I haven't much choice.
That's right. You got no choice.
And Joe Rildo.
That's right. Surprise,
I
huh?
told you it'd be easy, kiddies, with only me and you and my own boat.
Yeah, you did all right, Molly.
Sure, I always do. It's like taking candy from a baby.
Beauty and the Beast.
You killed him, you two. You killed Barney Besson.
Yeah, now listen, Pfluger. You go around making crazy accusations like that, you're asking for trouble. The same kind that Bessum had. Right, Joey?
Yeah, right, Tony. And the sooner the better, so go ahead. Blast him.
You ought to know you had no to meddle with me, Pfluger.
When I heard you'd come out here, I came too, and I found you. I saw you.
Sure, Joey and I were out fishing yesterday, but only the two of us, see? If old Bessum was around anywhere, we didn't even know it. Right, Joey?
Sure.
Did anybody see us taking him out on the boat with us? Like we saw you heading out of Balboa a while ago?
No, maybe not because of the dirty little creek where you hide your boat away. But you did take him with you, and you killed him and threw him overboard. I saw you.
You really did, huh?
Yeah.
Then I guess there's only one way to shut that big mouth of yours. Right, Joey?
Yeah, Tony.
Yeah, hurry up, Tony. It's blowing up. It's getting rough out here.
As for you, Dolly, you got no case at all.
You don't think so?
You never did have any case against us. Only this crazy Pfluger's word.
Come on,
Yeah, Tony.
But after I put some lead in Pfluger, then maybe you will have a case, Dollar, but not for long, see? Because at the same time, I take care of you.
Tony, do the job.
You got those weights all ready so we don't have to hang around?
Yeah. Go ahead and let him have it.
Okay, it's gonna be you first, Mr. Pfluger.
Tony, listen to me.
I don't think you can, Tony.
Shut up.
From over there with the boats rocking this way.
Stand back, Dollar.
So what?
Not if I shove him overboard.
Johnny, over you go. Johnny!
Get back,
All
Dollar.
right.
Get back, Dollar. Get back.
Let's try this my way, huh?
Hey, Molly. Molly, there's a gun under the...
All right, I'll take care of you. All right, Ted, come on. Welcome aboard again.
The least you could have done was give me a hand getting back in here.
What happened to our friend Joey?
When you pushed him over, I grabbed him, held him under. He's pretty wet by now.
All right, let's haul him up topside before he gets too waterlogged, and Tony, too.
Okay, I'll get a boat.
Then Molly Boyle or Doyle or whatever your name is.
Oh, listen.
There is another gun aboard this boat.
Yeah, Tony. It's up there under the front.
All right.
See, I didn't get it when he told me, because I like you, Johnny, see? It wasn't any of my doing, Johnny. I mean, what they did to Baffling and what they tried to do to you and Pfluger. I understand, Johnny? Honest. Look, you can tell the police. They made me bring my boat out here from sea. How was I to know what they were up to? Understand, Johnny? Why would a nice girl like me be doing something like this? Understand, Johnny?
What do you think?
Look, maybe if I turn evidence against them. Help me, Johnny.
Look, after setting up a party like this, Molly, you couldn't get help from your own mother.
No, but Johnny, honey, listen, look at me. I could be good here for a nice guy like you, and I
The only thing you can do is get your pretty hands dirty helping Ted pull those rats aboard. Now, go ahead.
But, Johnny, listen, you gotta help me.
I'll promise that if you don't get to work, I'll help you over the side. Now, go on. Well, it's up to the authorities now. And I don't really think they'll have any trouble putting those three where they belong. The real reward for all that? A couple of days of really great fishing, thanks to Ted Pfluger. Expense account total, with only the fare back to Hartford, call it $250 even. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a case I call the whether or not matter. Tune in, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Do you like a car with plenty of pep? A car with reserve power for safe passing? Most good drivers do, but they don't like to pay extra for premium gasoline. Listen, in 3 out of 5 cars, regular priced Sinclair Dino gasoline matches performance of premium gasolines, saves you up to 4 cents a gallon. Almost anywhere you see the Sinclair Dinosaur sign, you can save up to 4 cents a gallon with Dino. Drive with care and buy Sinclair Dino gasoline. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Fred Hendrickson. Music supervision by Ethel Huber. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also featured in our cast were John Gibson, Hetty Galen, Larry Robinson, Marty Green, Ralph Camargo, and Marty Myers. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Art Hanna speaking. Have you ever stopped to realize how lucky we are? When people behind the Iron Curtain turn on their radios, they hear only what their leaders want them to hear. In this country, you can flick a switch day or night and get a true, complete report of what's happening everywhere. You get the news first, fastest, most accurately, and most completely when your dial is set to this CBS radio network station. For news about local, state, national, and international affairs, even the news from out of this world, count on the frequent broadcasts of expanded CBS News. Hear CBS News every hour on the hour, every weekday. Chris Schenkel reports on worldwide sports each weeknight on the CBS Radio Network.
This is KRLD, AM and FM, Dallas.
Johnny Dollar.
Johnny, you better come right on back out here.
Yeah, back out where, and who are you?
Johnny, this is Red Barrett.
The fishing guide out there at Lake Mojave Resort?
That's right.
Red.
The best fishing guide west of the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah, I'll go along with you on that, and I should have recognized your voice. But where were you last week when I was out there?
Over to Kingman, Arizona for a couple of days. That's where I ran into some trouble, Johnny. Bad trouble.
Oh, what kind, Red?
Well, when Avery Nicolette died...
Avery Nicolette?
Yes, sir. Well, I went over to bury him on account I was the only real friend he had.
Yeah?
And also to attend to his money and things.
He left them to you, Red, huh?
Well, you see, Avery showed me his will a couple of months ago. He wrote it all out himself, real legal, from some kind of a book he bought.
Yeah?
And he said he was leaving everything to me. Insurance and money and everything.
So?
But when I dug that will out of its hiding place, well, Johnny, somebody changed it.
Well, weren't the police and the insurance company able to see that?
They claim that I'm all wrong, Johnny, but I know better.
You're sure?
Only trouble is, well, Johnny, if you ever expect to see me again...
You mean that somebody's threatening you?
If you ever expect to see me again, you better come out here.
Red.
And if I was you, I wouldn't waste any time. Johnny.
Okay, Red, I'm on my way.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar. To the Greater Southwest Insurance Company, attention of Jake Hessler, Kingman, Arizona office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the will and away matter. Expense account item 1, $154.50 plane transportation from Hartford to New York to Las Vegas, Nevada. Item 2, $50 deposit on a rental car. Instead of driving directly south to Lake Mojave Resort, I took Highway 93 to Kingman, Arizona. I went straight to Jake Hessler's insurance office on East Palm Drive.
Johnny Dollar. Well, sit down, Johnny. Tell me all about you.
Thanks, Jake.
Well, I suppose you're here on account of Avery Nicolette's insurance.
That's right.
Wrote his policy himself. 10,000 straight line.
And the beneficiary?
To be named in his will. That's the way the policy read.
Well, isn't that rather unusual?
It's highly irregular. Took a bit of doing with the company, but that was what he wanted, and that's what he got. And it's made us a lot of trouble.
How, Jake?
Well, first of all, after he died, nobody knew whether he'd even made out a will.
All right, then.
That is, until some old character from old Lake Mojave come along and showed us where he'd hidden it, there in that house he was renting.
That was Red Barrett.
That's right, Lloyd Barrett. He called himself Red.
I understand he was a very good friend of Nicolette's.
Only real friend he ever had, I guess. They used to do some prospecting or cattle raising or something together. And Red was named to get everything Avery had except insurance.
Well, what was there besides the insurance?
Avery's clothes and money.
How much money?
A couple of $1,000 they had in the bank.
Now, look, about that will.
Johnny, we was glad enough to have him find it for us, and it was okay. A holographic will, but okay. But when Red claimed that Avery was leaving everything to him, only the will said otherwise.
Red called me on the phone, Jake.
Yeah, he threatened to do that.
And he told me that will has been tampered with.
That's what he told us, only it wasn't done. And if you don't believe me, you can ask the police and the lawyer about it, only ask them gentle.
Well, what do you mean by that?
Well, they got so fed up with Red having no grounds to substantiate his claim that, well, they told him if he didn't stop lying about it and bothering them, they'd throw him in clean.
Oh, Jake, I know Red. I know him well. I know that now and then he might stretch the truth a bit about some of his experiences. The places he's been, about the big fish over there in Mojave that he knows by their first name.
Johnny, that's the very reason.
But there isn't a malicious bone in this whole party. And I refuse to believe that he'd ever lie or try to pull a fast one for $10,000 or $10 million.
Yeah, but Johnny...
Now, who is supposed to get his insurance?
A fellow named Louis Marino.
Who's Louis Marino?
Well, according to Mrs. Turner...
Who's she?
This is Mary Turner. She was a kind of a nurse and housekeeper for Avery the past few months. A real nice woman.
And according to her?
Well, she didn't know much about this Marino, but she'd heard Avery mention him once or twice, that he lived up in Vegas. And, of course, she saw his name in the will when she witnessed it.
Who else witnessed that will?
Old Tim Hansen.
Well, what does he say about it?
Well, Tim got killed about 3 months back one night in April. Got drunk and run his car off the highway down towards Needles.
Well, he's no help. Where will I find this Mrs. Turner?
Still at the house Avery was renting.
And she swears that Marino was mentioned in the will right from the beginning, huh?
Yeah, but your friend Red Barrett...
Okay, Jake, I'll see you later.
You going over to see her?
First, I think I'd better talk to Red over at Lake Mojave Resort and get myself a room for the night.
Ask me, Johnny. You're just wasting your time and your money.
Oh? My money?
Hmm?
I'm on an insurance case, remember? So, I'm on expense account.
What?
Sure, with your company footing the bill.
Now, Johnny...
See you later, Jake. It was after dark when I reached the Lake Mojave Resort. And yeah, Red was waiting for me in his comfortable motel room. We got right down to cases.
And I tell you, Johnny, that when Avery showed me that will, there was never any such a name as Louis Marino on it.
And that was a couple of months ago.
On his birthday, May 11th. I'd taken him a couple of nice steaks to celebrate.
Yeah. Now, what was this about your being threatened?
Threatened?
Well, that's what you implied to me over the phone.
Well, now, wait a minute.
Were you just stretching things a bit to make sure I'd come out here?
Oh, now, Johnny.
Yeah, I should have known it was something like that.
No, sir. Oh, that is... Well, if you could have seen Marino's face when I told that lawyer, the surrogate, that somebody had meddled with Avery's will, and when I said I was going to send for you...
Red, you old reprobate. You're in about as much danger. Huh?
Now, who'd be out there practicing with a gun this time? And...
Get down. Douse the lights.
Sure will. Johnny, that nicked my shirt.
Out there practicing, huh? Those bullets were meant for you.
Maybe. Or maybe you, Johnny.
And the will and away matter.
I thought Red Barrett there at the Lake Mojave Resort was spinning another one of his yarns when he told me he was being threatened by the beneficiary of the insurance he felt that he was entitled to. That is, until a couple of gunshots crashed in through the window of his motel room.
Yes, sir, Johnny. That Louis Marino knew that I was going to send for you, so those shots could just as well have been meant for you as for me.
Wait a minute, Red. Somebody... Stay low. Leave the lights out.
Hey, Red.
It's Buster. Buster Fabian.
Yeah.
Johnny.
Hi.
Red said you were coming out here to help me.
Yeah, Buster. Pull down the blinds, Red, and turn the lights on again.
Sure, Johnny. Those shots, Johnny, and I heard this window break. They came from a car up on the old mine road above here. And the car took off and went over the hill.
So it looks like Red was right. Red, how much do you know about this Louis Marino?
I tell you, Johnny, I never even heard of him until I dug Avery's will out of the linen closet there at his house, and I saw Marino's name on it.
Only thing I know about him is that he's been living up there in Vegas, working in a garage, about 3.5 months now.
Then he must have arrived there shortly before old Tim Hansen died, which probably doesn't mean a thing.
Well, old Tim was the other witness to Avery's will.
Johnny, I knew old Tim pretty well. He was kind of a general handyman over there in Kingman. I used to have him come over here and give us a hand now and then.
So?
Well, did you hear about how he died?
Sure. Got drunk one night and ran his car off the road.
Only Tim never touched the stuff.
You're sure of that, Buster?
Yes, sir.
Well, did you tell the police and coroner?
Yeah, and I guess they changed their report. Not that it means anything.
I wonder. Let me get some dates straight.
Dates, Johnny?
Yeah, how long was Avery Nicolette living over there in Cayman?
Since January.
And before that?
California, working in the oil fields. But the doctor told him if he didn't get over here in the desert that his lungs wouldn't hold out more than a couple of months.
When did Mrs. Turner take over as his nurse and housekeeper?
Oh, Mary started working for him in March when he took real sick. That's when he made out his will, too. And Mary and Tim were the witnesses.
That's also about the time Louis Marino arrived in Vegas.
Well, yeah. Johnny.
No, let's not try to tie these things up until we have good reason to.
Well, you ask me.
Then it was back in April that Tim Hanson died.
Yes, sir.
And when did you see the will?
In May. That was the time I almost got killed.
What?
Oh, coming over the pass that night on the way back here, the steering on my car gave out.
Wait a minute. Did anyone examine it after that happened?
Well, I had it fixed, if that's what you mean.
No, that isn't what I mean.
What are you thinking of, Johnny?
Plenty, Buster. Red, where is that will now?
We're still with Lawyer Robbins, I guess.
Over in Kingman?
Yes, sir. He's the surrogate on it, and he lives right over his office on North Poplar.
Good. Then I'm going over there to see him.
You ask me, Mr. Dollar, you're wasting your time, but, well, here you are.
Last will and testament of Avery Charles Nicolette.
And it's all in order. Perfectly legal. I couldn't have dictated a better letter myself. The part that Red Barrett claims was added to is...
To my best and oldest friend, Lloyd Barrett, I bequeath the whole of my estate.
Right here.
With the exception of the proceeds from my life insurance policy, which are to go to Louis Marino of Las Vegas, Nevada.
You see? It's in his same hand.
Yeah, it looks to be.
It is. I even had Mr. Brinkerhoff down at the bank check the handwriting. Even the police brought in a handwriting expert.
Wait a minute.
What?
Have you got a magnifying glass, Mr. Robbins?
Oh, yeah, sure. Now, right here.
Thanks.
Now, listen, Mr. Dollar.
You listen, Mr. Robbins. I don't know whether this last part is in Avery Nicolette's hand or it's just a clever forgery. But if this has been tampered with...
And I tell you...
But I'll tell you this. I'm betting that the Louis Marino was put in after the will was signed and witnessed.
But in that case, the will wouldn't be... Well, what I mean is... Well, that is to say that...
Instead of trying to think of something to say, Mr. Robbins, I want you to call a meeting for me. Tomorrow morning, here in your office.
A meeting?
Where is Marino?
Well, right here in Kingman, awaiting payment
Okay. I'll bring Red Barrett over from Lake Mojave myself, but you get hold of Marino and Mrs. Mary Turner.
Well, now, Mr. Dollar... now, wait.
Say 10 o'clock sharp, Mr. Robbins, okay?
Now, Mr. Dollar...
Okay, I'll see you then. As it turned out, I didn't go back and pick up Red after all. Oh, sure, I started to. Even got a few miles out on the highway. But I ended up by telephoning him from a room I'd taken at a motel right there in Kingman. As for my rental car, well, I don't want to sound dramatic, but what happened was this. About 2 or 3 miles out of town as I was driving along, a funny buzzing noise in the motor. And it stayed real constant even when I slowed down. Well, I've heard that noise before, so I decided to get as far away from that car as I could, but fast. And I ducked behind a mound of gravel there at the side of the road. Yeah. You know something? As the sordid parts and pieces came sailing down around me, I was kind of glad that I had got out of that car. I guess I had underestimated the Kingman, Arizona police. When I called them after having my car blown to bits, I learned from Sergeant Tommy Parker that they, too, had been suspicious of Avery Nicolette's will, and particularly of the main beneficiary, Louis Marino. First thing in the morning at police headquarters, Parker laid out the facts for me.
Well, it was the police up in Vegas who first ran a make on him, Dollar.
Why, Sergeant?
Because he'd gotten thrown out of a couple of gambling joints up there when he tried to get a job.
Before he worked in the garage.
Yeah. And the men who run those casinos are a pretty wise bunch. Somebody recognized him as Louis the Penman from Chicago.
Penman? A forger?
That's right, from one of the mobs. And just for luck, I started checking on this young housekeeper of Nicolette's, Mrs. Turner. Only her maiden name was Mary Polito.
Young, did you say?
Late 30s. Dark hair, dark complexion, real good looking. No wonder she had herself a flock of husbands.
Wait a minute. Don't tell me.
Yeah, Dollar. The last was an old man named Harry Turner. Died about a year ago in a car accident.
Car accident?
The one before was another old man, Lawrence Fulbright. Another car accident.
Same pattern.
But her first husband...
was Louis Marino.
Right.
Well, Miss T, you've done yourself proud.
Maybe so, but unless we can somehow hold on to them. Which is to say, unless we can find something wrong with that will. And don't forget, the handwriting expert I called in said it's okay.
Sergeant, maybe that expert overlooked something.
Oh?
Come on. It's about time for the meeting at the lawyer's office. Wisely enough, Sergeant Parker decided to stick around outside while I went into the meeting. Present were Mr. Robbins, the lawyer, Red Barrett, Louis Marino. I couldn't blame Red for not liking his looks. And Mrs. Mary Turner. At the moment, Red had the floor.
And I tell you, I don't want the money. I'll give it to charity. But I don't want it going to somebody that Avery never even heard of.
What do you mean he never heard of me, you crazy old bum?
Because he would have told me. That's why. Because he told me everything.
Yeah?
Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Barrett, but I'm sure I heard Mr. Nicolette mention Louis Marino many times. And when I saw his name in the will...
Somebody put it there after I saw it.
You're crazy.
All right, now, folks.
Listen, old man, if you think you can break this
Maybe I can, Louis.
Huh?
Who's this gentleman, Mr. Robbins?
This is Johnny Dollar, Mrs. Turner, investigator for the insurance company.
Well, good. Not that it makes any difference to me whether Mr. Marino gets that insurance money.
Oh, I think it does, Mrs. Turner. Mrs. Mary Polito, Marino, Fulbright, Turner.
What?
Did you toss in a Marino somewhere along there, Johnny?
No, Mr. Dollar.
Listen here, Dollar.
Marino, it may be tough proving that you caused the death of the other witness to that will, poor old Tim Hanson.
It was a car accident. He was drunk. They found the bottle right beside him.
He never took a drink in his life. I suspect that bottle, if there was one, was planted in his car by the mechanic who tampered with his steering.
Who said?
And come to think of it, you are a mechanic, aren't you, Louis?
Sure I am, but that doesn't mean
and it might be hard to prove you planted that bomb in my car.
Now listen, Dollar.
You tampered with the steering on Red's and tried to kill him off after you realized he'd seen the original will. But sooner or later, I think these Kingman police will be able to pin these things on you. The only thing I have to prove, though, is that this will was tampered with. And I think I can.
Yeah? How?
Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Dollar, but that will is exactly as it was in the beginning.
Mrs. Turner, did you actually see it written?
Mr. Hanson and I both saw him write it. Then Mr. Nicolette signed it. We signed it. Then he folded it up and put it in the envelope.
Oh? This paper wasn't folded before?
No. It was some new stationery he just got himself.
You're sure?
Of course. Why do you ask a thing like that?
The paper has a coating on it, like most papers of this kind. Some of that coating cracks a little bit when it's folded. It takes a magnifying glass to see it.
So what?
So when something's written on it after it's been folded, the ink will spread a bit over the tiny cracks made in the coating.
What?
Yeah. Like it has on this part. That was added later to give the insurance to Louis Marino after Mrs. Turner found the will in the linen closet.
How do you know? I know.
Added after the other witness died, after Red Barrett saw it. Take a look with your magnifying glass, Mr. Robbins.
Yes, I certainly shall.
So, Louis, despite your excellent copy of Avery Nicolette's handwriting by writing yourself in over the fold in that paper, you pulled up boo-boo.
You're right, Mr. Dollar. Absolutely right.
Well, Mary, Louis?
All right, Dollar. You see this gun?
Yeah. Louis pulled a gun and started to make even more of a fool of himself. But then Sergeant Parker quietly walked in and took over. And you know something? I think that given time with Mary and Louis in the clink for this forgery, he'll probably pin those other things I mentioned on him. He's a good man. Expense account total, including the blown-up rental car, $3,280. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a beautiful girl, a terrible storm, and a miracle. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Barney Phillips, Forrest Lewis, Harley Bear, Jack Boyles, Billy Hallett, and Byron Kane. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Jim Matthews speaking.